I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity.
Listen up, Anita keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find me in. It's not like these fucking niggas who get down on their knees and go shrine to the pussy, please. Cause how am I supposed to even compete with African wildebeest? This slut married a millionaire, took most of the hair that grows on his head. She just wanted to date a tramp and shoot heroin. Trust me, she'd come drain Froggy fresh too if I didn't boot her from the main event. We never faking, never go woke. I tell you, then awakened. Man, she's one with the pigs. How can she hate bacon? And she'd say something like, if you ain't earned your strike, boy, I guess it's there for the taking. I took 2 shots right to the hippocampus. Shook like a bitch while my bitch spread her fat puss. Took 2 shots right to the hippocampus and started crying right before I get the canvas. Damn, that's a motherfucking. Can you remember when you weren't such a dude? I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a nothing but a everywhere I go. Look at this damn. Now that's straight up.
I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave.
I got bullied for my packed lunch when I was at school. Dropped my head in the toilet, grabbed a chain and then pulled. One day I called him here. I thought it would be cold. 20 years later, I don't throw punches, I prep bowls. And my wife's fucked at least 100 of the same fools. They've stretched the bitch open with their medical tools.
Shut the fuck up, Ian, and sit on the cock stool.
Babe, my head's still in the toilet eating all the soft stool. You dumb bitch, how can you display the gash to everyone at the motherfucking creator clash? So I guess they finally grasped that G-rated ass is worth 20 times more than a chin made of glass. You can still taste dried up jizz on this beta cash. Let's just say some niggas became attached. Ian dropped the keys, dropped the paper stash. Didn't even leave here with my name attached. That's all in the past, I'm the future of this bitch. Why else would they call me Beta Max? Man, their piece is a blast. Sometimes we sit back and laugh and just freeze frame the moment that my face got smashed. She says that it's her favorite match, my greatest chance to get a semi-dilated snatch. So when your legs open smoothly and almost mechanically, I know it's the ass whooping fucking Wasabi handed me. God damn, that's a motherfucking. Can you remember when you weren't such a dude? I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a nothing but a everywhere I go. Look at this damn. Now that's straight up.
I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video. I was being cruel, hateful, bigoted, and being very uncaring about people's feelings.
Invaluable part, so let the merge begin. Now that the spiders are gone, with the core in my hands, reality shall collapse, and my eternal reign will stretch beyond divine grasp. So fade away and return to
Thank you, user, for the follow.
your strength is great, but you know that for me now. Rule over cosmic beings. One thought could melt pasta in your hood. It tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and it.
Alright, let's start it there.
Yeah. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. And we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beat. How the saying goes, it's a two-way street. Get me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that he can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue go and see. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. Talk a big game till you learn it ain't one. Got your nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. G.S. Domino, trying to cook some great stuff. You can keep ducking, this be the season. But when we down and new and our treasures, while casually pressing your buttons, you keep pretending and nothing. But we can tell you be button, drop the in-house with a poker. But your face looking all fluffed and we calling out all the bluffs. And we telling you what is left and we saying enough's enough. But you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all. We've been to Korea's before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roni Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. We eating pasta in your hood. It tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and it good. Yeah.
I don't know if I like this one that much. So let's try this one. I think that works better. Excuse me. Okay. I am so fucking tired. Oh, fuck. Jabba must fight. We'll see. What's the name of the music? That is Club Doom. Oh, goodness. You guys are gonna have to give me a... You have to give me a moment. Because I don't think I am personally, like... Oh, still, like, warming up. Oh, you know what? Here, before we do anything.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy.
Yeah.
Get 15 minutes could save
Happy
you
Hump Day,
15% or more.
everybody. It's a little bit later than normal, I know. I normally start 6 hours ago, but for the foreseeable future, at least for this month, hump day probably won't be on a Wednesday. For a while. Because my schedule has me working on Wednesdays now. Which, you know, not really much I can do about that. I asked them and they said that this was the schedule they wanted to do. And, you know, there's not really much you can do about that. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, happy hump day, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. I know that for me, at the very least, it was an alright work day. Although I struggled just a little bit. Mostly because, so, excuse me. This is something that I learned a while ago. I have a heart problem. Not gonna say specific. And funny enough, I guess a lot of people in the world have heart problems. And part of that I learned when I was in my early 20s. Like, I think I was 19 or 20. I learned that I have a problem with iron. I have an iron deficiency. So, this wasn't really a problem when I moved down from where I was to where I was previously, because the elevation was low. However, I moved somewhere where the elevation has climbed a little bit, and I don't think I was ready for the manual labor that I had to do today. Which sucks because, you know, you wanna like come in and say, oh, I am this big strong worker, you know, that I can do rough stuff, you know, I can do everything that's expected of me. And then you actually start working and you feel like you're gonna die. Like, I didn't really, I know I'm being sarcastic, but I legitimately was like, holy crap, my body like was not excited. I moved to the Himalayas. Yes, I do Liver King. No, I ordered an iron supplement that will be put into my advanced GG, which, by the way, good segue to my sponsor, Advanced GG. I don't think they have the buy one get one anymore, but if you use code MommaOcco 10 on Advanced GG or click that reference link right there, you get 10% off of your order, and some of that goes to me. Oh goodness. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is when I get the iron supplement, I am going to put it in my morning stuff, and my hope and prayer is that it's going to help me not feel like I'm gonna die. Again, like, it wasn't so bad at certain points. There were certain points where I was lifting and I was moving that it wasn't that bad, but then when I had to lift heavy stuff over long distances, oh man, I struggled, and I felt really, thankfully my boss didn't ask me about it or anything. I just told him, I was like, I need to get used to the elevation. And I imagine that, like, in a couple of weeks, the elevation will be fine. I just am taking some iron to help out, because I do think that the heart problem doesn't really assist in that much. But, you know, it's whatever. That's kind of like how my first day of work went. And I'm going to be working for the next 3 days. They asked me if I want to do overtime since it's end of the year, and I was like, maybe. Do I have enough vitamin C for the iron absorption? Maybe I'll get iron. Maybe I should get some vitamin C pills as well. I don't know. Oh, they just published the new schedule for the week. Oh boy, let's see. Let's see what I'm working next week. Let's see. Okay. If I have Sunday off, that's good to know. We'll do something on Sunday then. We'll do something on Sunday then. And I do have Tuesday off. So here's what I'm thinking, chat. Here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking that Tuesdays will become the new hump day, even though it's not hump day. And if I get Wednesdays off next month, because my schedule, I guess, is on a rotation. But if I get specific days off, I will do hump day again. Otherwise, Tuesday will be hump day from now on. I'm farming engagement with Zen Rage. Oh, gosh. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Zen today. And I imagine that Zen is going to be one of the big things for tomorrow. But the Zen stuff is quite, I have seen, excuse me, it's kind of like evolved. So, and by evolved, what I mean is like, you know, since I last talked about it, which I don't think, it wasn't yesterday, it was day before yesterday, I believe. No, yeah, it was on Sunday, I want to say. Sunday or Monday. No, let's see here. So, yeah, I think it was Sunday. So the evolution has been quite interesting. And what I'm going to do here is first, does the record button work? It does work. Awesome. I'm going to have my editor throw this into a video just as kind of like a recap. Or maybe what I'll do is just ask him to cut out the dead air and make a basic like Zen drama recap video. Anyway, so let me kind of explain this in a simple kind of recap method. So the Zentreya drama that's been going on recently, unfortunately, hasn't stopped. And I don't really know, like, if it is going to stop. And I think part of the problem that comes from it is Zen isn't really doing anything to stem the flow of the tide. Because if you want me to be completely honest with you, Zentreya would behoove, in my personal opinion, Zentreya to stop replying to people, because by her replying to people, it's just continuing to fuel the fire. I think, unfortunately, and this is something that, and I don't really mean this in a mean way or a rude way, but like, I think that when Zen was part of VShojo, she kind of was, quote unquote, wrangled. I don't know, maybe that might not be the right way of saying it, but like when Zen was in VShojo, like they still said things and they still came out and like sometimes had things that they said. I think the things that I recall the most were when Zen talked about the hiring practices of the company and everybody just kind of clowned on them. Well, the uniform drama, which is, in my personal opinion, the first non-VShojo drama that Zen has gotten themselves into, this drama is like the first time since Zen is being, like, this is the first time Zen's gotten into something, and it's kind of like uncharted territory, because we really don't know like what's going to happen moving forward. Because again, in the past they would occasionally talk about things, but then it kind of just petered off when they stopped like feeding it. I think unfortunately though, they have continued to feed it. So it started when Zen had this brand new model that they showed off, which a lot of people are pointing out. The model is based off of her old model. In fact, there's an old version of her model that's on VR chat that you can search up. And basically, this is just a live 2D update of the model. Like, let me see if I can find Zen. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. Because there was a there was a version of it that like it's basically like the exact same thing, although it's updated to now basically. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate that.
At internets in Master8952 tipped Octopus Mommy MILF $10. Listening to you gripe about all the work reminds me of how much crap I'm going through at work with holiday season shipping finally kicking into high gear. No Mariah Carey songs at work, thank God.
I appreciate that. And I want to make it incredibly known. I am not complaining. I want to make it, I'm not complaining about work. I'm more just like, oh gosh, my first day of work was actually kind of like a trash fire for myself. And I wasn't expecting that because like when I jumped into work, because like the last time I had done a job was like literally 2 weeks ago. And I was used to heavy manual labor in the field that I'm in. And so I was like, okay, I'm in a new elevation. Sure, I'm going to need to get used to it because it's not like when I went from a high elevation to a low one and I could speed around. It's literally, I have to get used to being so high above the... I like legitimately wasn't expecting that like I had to take all of my breaks and then catch some breathers, basically. It was insane. I drank basically 5 or 6 bottles of water today. When normally during the winter I drink 1 or 2 because I don't need to hydrate as much, which might actually be a bad thing, but excuse me. But yeah, so I drank a lot of water today. Oh man, it was, and I don't know. I apologize if it sounds like I'm complaining about the work thing because I'm not. All I'm doing is just being like, oh gosh, I hope I can like move past this because I need to be able to work through the busy time of the year and then just like work in general. And if I can't work in general, that's not good in my personal opinion. Anyway, let's move back to talking about Zen here because I do want to summarize this. And again, I want to turn it into a video. Editor, you can cut that out. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to message him and say... Okay, so, chat, let's talk about this older version of the model. Because again, I think a lot of people think that Zentreya is just like becoming a Nazi in real time, when it's not the case. So again, let me show you. So somebody showed off a comparison of both models. So this is the brand new model, as you can see here. And again, I don't know if I gave my opinions very much last time, but I do think that this is a great model. There is definitely some inspirations, probably to a bit of Hugo Boss, but again, I don't care. And I think that like it's very snazzy, it's very good. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, it's going to inspire quite a lot of people to having some of their own models that are somewhat like this. But something that I don't think a lot of people know is it is based off of her old model that was basically exactly the same. And the difference, actually, I'd say the biggest difference between her old model, which, again, I believe started out as a VR chat model, the biggest difference is that there's a boob window. A pretty big boob window. Okay? And, no, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. That's probably the biggest difference in my personal opinion, because almost exactly everything else here is exactly the same. I mean, like I would say some of the colors on and maybe some of the shapes of the leggings are different, but it's almost exactly the same. So, like, if you are a fan of Zentreya, or you've known Zentreya for a long time, or like you've been with them since the beginning, you might know this, or if you're someone like me that goes journeying through the internet, you might also know, again, the exact same thing, that it is literally based off of an old model of theirs. But, you know, people are going to be weird. Zentreya did, like, make a response on stream saying everybody's being woke freaks. Allegedly, they later down the line said, oh, I apologize for referring to people as that, but, like, I still think it's funny that Zen is like, oh, these woke freaks are being stupid and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, in my personal opinion, if that's where Zen decided to end it, be completely fine. You would get people that are choosing to say things, because people have been saying things, a lot of things. But you could choose not to reply to it. In fact, there's a lot of times where good content creators, and I'm not going to count myself on this, but like there are good content creators here on the internet where if somebody says something about them, they can just choose not to respond, and guess what? It goes away. It just goes away. But unfortunately, Zen has chosen to not do that. And unfortunately, today they basically relented. They basically relented. I wouldn't say that this is like a full-on 180 relenting of the entire thing. But they basically, in this tweet, they say that they wanted to have a good end of the year. And they're like, I'm upset that people are kicking me when I'm down, in reference to VShojo. And now they're saying that they're going to try and change the model or just scrap it altogether. Which, if you want my personal opinion, not good. Not good whatsoever. All right? I think that Zen should not scrap their model, because it's a good-looking model. Again, is it a little Hugo Boss feeling? Yes, but I don't care. And I don't think a lot of good people care as well. In fact, there are a lot... First things first, this thing got 1.5 million views in about 8 to 9 hours. All right? And a lot of people that we all know are just like kind of chill, or knows basically that this doesn't matter. Like, they're all replying. They are all replying. Everybody, like, there's some people that you'd be like, I didn't think you would have an opinion on this. But like, everybody is basically saying, don't apologize and move on. Okay? Now, I understand why Zen might want to just say fuck it and move on. However, like, you can't do this, okay? You cannot do this whatsoever when you are in the middle of people being stupid like this. Again, in my personal opinion, something that is so completely devoid of actual drama that, like, there is no drama here, all right? There is no drama, all right? Zen has a model based off of her old model. Her old model has cufflinks, or maybe an armband, if you want to say. Who gives a shit? All right? Who gives a shit? Funny enough, a lot of people give a shit. All right? We showed off, when I previously talked about this, we showed off, like, I'd say the original aggressor over this. They deleted basically all of their tweets and walked away. However, more people are choosing to jump in, and it's getting quite retarded.
$5 for more hats. Literally everyone except the usual woke suspects are saying keep the model.
Pretty much. Literally. Like, there are a lot of people that are just like, oh my gosh, we need to keep the model. And I think they're all just dumb. I hope Zen doesn't scrap it. I hope not either. Like, listen. If Zen scraps this model, they are literally trapped forever in a mentality that if they just relent to the mob, they will be let go. And that's not what they need to be doing. In fact, it's basically going to lead to a thing where any time somebody just, like, decides to piss on them, this will be used as a blueprint for just how much to harass somebody. And what sucks, and I think the thing that just, like, and I've always kind of been bothered by Zen with this, is I feel like, unfortunately, Zen will placate. And it's not even really because of their own personal politics. I really don't care what their personal politics are. But, like, I feel like Zen is going to relent just because they think that it's going to make it go away. And unfortunately, it does not go away. Because you're going to have retards that are going to come out and say stupid things and continue to try and justify everything that they're going to say. Okay? You'll have people like the individuals that I'm showing off here, where they will say, as a history creator, I think you really need to squint hard to not see the parallels between Zentreya's outfit and the black SS uniform designed by Carl I can't pronounce names. Dashibitz. And they show off pictures between this and this, and they're basically, again, trying to say, oh my gosh, they are literally, you have to squint to not see the Nazi right here. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Again, I look at this. Might see some Hugo Boss. Maybe. All right. So Hugo Boss is pretty nice looking, you know? Those uniforms, they make some really nice uniforms, and those uniforms were worn by pretty nasty people, in my personal opinion. But I'm going to be honest with you, unless I see an Iron Cross or swastika, I don't see a Nazi right here. All right? Do you? Seriously, does anybody here see a Nazi? I don't. I literally see Gooner material. Like that. The closest you're going to get is maybe close with some of the symbolism, but even then, I don't see it. I just don't see it at all. Like how? I don't see it. I love how they are trying to hide the Nazi armbands. Oh, they missed one right here. I just don't see it. Okay. They continue on by saying symbols and clothing in anime are often divorced from their context if they are cool looking in some way. Here's Bismarck from AL. She fits the whole generalness aesthetic of Zen's design. Working of a military uniform, she also has a Gajinka for a World War II German ship. Okay, listen. Bismarck is literally modeled after a Nazi warship called the Bismarck. All right? Listen. All right? I understand what she is modeled after, and I don't care because it's a video game, okay? But you're trying to now say that this is somehow based off of Nazism because of what? Because it looks slightly similar? Oh my gosh, that's so retarded. It's 40K coded. Yes. And then they continue on by saying, is it problematic? I'd say so, yeah. In my heart of heart, though, she's not especially culpable as any other otaku that isn't deep in the sauce. They're calling Zen a tourist that isn't, all right, that isn't like deep into anime culture. And they're saying that because Zen is not deep into anime culture, Zen doesn't understand that what she is wearing is Nazi coded. That oh my gosh, that is so retarded. That is so fucking retarded. I can't believe that people actually think that. It's honestly kind of insulting. They're basically saying you are too dumb to understand, and so you should just give it up anyway.
For more hats. History creator fuck off. You ain't a history creator. You're a censorious Karen and should be shamed off the net for voicing your attack on VTuber.
I agree. If you're into anime, you'd be into the outfit. Oh yeah, exactly. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I like this one here. I think she's fun and was happy to see her clips, but flaming woke and then coming out with an apology saying she's apolitical is disappointing. I think she's... Listen. You want me to be honest? I think Zen is a pussy. All right? And I'm not trying to be mean here, but I think Zen meant it when it came to the woke stuff because... In all honesty, all right, woke is a term that can be used on the left, and then there's some other ways you can use it on the right. I think a lot of people don't like using the term woke on the right, but there are some people that, in my personal opinion, probably would fit the mantle of woke right-leaning individual, or whatever you want to call it, all right? But, I think that Zen meant it, all right? Okay? Zen is upset with the fact that you've got people that literally have no business in trying to tell them what to do. All right. In my personal opinion here. All right. I don't think this is going to get her canceled from any quote unquote sponsorships, but it's these weird ass quote unquote woke people that are upset. Like this individual. Oh, excuse me. But it doesn't stop. This post, by the way, got almost 750,000 views. Let's move on to the person that decided to quote this. Somebody that, in my personal opinion, is quite retarded themselves. But before I get started, I do need to use the restroom real quickly. So give me 2 minutes. I did drink a lot of water. When I get back, we will, I'll read this and then we'll continue on here. And the editor can cut it out. So, give me 2 seconds. I'll be back in 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes. Okay. Sorry about that. I drank like literally 2 or 3 other bottles of water on the way home. I'm still not like perfect, but let's get back to this. Okay, so like I said, there are just some fucking retards that are trying to overanalyze. Again, like I don't think it needs to be brought up enough. They're overanalyzing a fucking old avatar that Zen had.
Chimpius Universe discovered Mom has milkers and gave $5. The only thing I see with this outfit is someone who may step on me. I had hoped Zen had some fight in them, but it appears not. It's a great model.
Again, my biggest problem is Zen just doesn't seem to have any fight in them. They're just gonna, it just feels like, unfortunately, Zen is going to relent to the woke mob, and it's unfortunate. I don't even really like calling it woke mob. Zen is going to relent to the people that literally do not matter and will not give them money or will not support them or do anything in any way, shape, or form. And it's just unfortunate that it seems that that's what they're going to do, because at the end of the day, it really does not matter. Kaceytron has not been discussed. No. Kaceytron has not been discussed. But anyway, let's read into this. So this person replying to this person, by the way, did get almost 750,000 views on their tweet, and they decided that they were going to lock it. They had to turn off replies because people were spouting actual far-right rhetoric in their replies. So let's go ahead and we're going to read it. Zen did end up replying to it, so we're going to read that as well. And this person is a retard. Just absolute fucking retarded, by the way. It's really unfortunate that they are, because they are a decently large creator that also plays Warframe. And I love Warframe, but I think this person is stupid. So anyway, let's go through this here. This individual, Podge, the Goblin VTuber, says, I wanted to expand on this. The post down here that was stupid, by the way. I'm a professional costume designer and maker, and I've wanted to speak on this since the design dropped, but wasn't really sure how until now. They wanted to bitch on the internet, but they were just waiting for the right opportunity. The main point I want to make is, even if your intention is not related to the Nazi symbolism, that specific style of hat, the peak of the cap, the shape of the visor, the placement of the emblems, and uniform was purpose designed for the SS, and it is going to invoke certain imagery, whether you want it to or not. Yes, we see these designs a lot in anime. This is because Japan has long held a close relationship with Germany. Over 120 years. You do the math. There is a huge problem with anime's fixation on this aesthetic too. Oh my gosh, this is... Sorry, I've read bits and pieces of this. I haven't read the entire thing because I was at work when this dropped. Holy shit, this person is so fucking dumb. Okay, listen. There... Oh, guys, Japan, they're a little problematic too, all right? Japan won't drop the Nazi aesthetic even though we dropped 2 nukes on them about 70, 80 years ago, all right? We dropped 2 bombs on them, and they still like Nazism. That's what I'm hearing from this individual. This individual is literally saying that Japan still has a Nazi problem. Listen, I think we can all agree that yes, Nazis sucked. We can agree with that. And yes, Japan's role in it also very much sucked, and we had to clap on them to get them to stop. But like, this is like, oh my gosh. Do I want to be that cringe? Do I want to be that cringe? I will be that cringe. Okay. Imagine, okay? Imagine if we treated this with the same level of... Or imagine if we... Excuse me. Imagine if we treated people that wore... not scarves. If people wore turbans on their head. Because there were a lot of evil people that wore similar clothing on their head when they committed terrorism crimes. So am I to understand here that if any group of people commit crimes, war crimes, kill people, that we have to demonize whatever clothing they wear and whatever they have on. That's what I'm hearing right now.
At Internet's and Master 8952 found out Mom is part of the problem and gave her $10. A goblin with filthy goblin opinions. It is not Yazi symbolism. This costume maker is a tourist. A filthy tourist. Japan likes cool things. That's IT. I present Helsing Ultimate as Exhibit A.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Helsing has literally got Nazis in it, though. that's a rough example because Helsing does have Nazis in it. But again, my legitimately, all right, if you want to make this kind of comparison, literally all we need to say is any group, race, creed, or religion that has committed war crimes at any point in their life, all right, we can no longer make any clothing or have any style that might represent them in any way, shape, or form. All right. Again, you can't dress like terrorists. And let me tell you, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that think it's funny to dress like that because it's a clothing style. You know, we're not going to kill anybody for it. This may, you know, that just popped into my head because of Templars. Does this mean that we can't dress up as knights because the Templars went around killing people? I legitimately think that these people, and you know, I've kind of like had this thought process for a while, but like it is so insane seeing just how often the Godwin argument is like invoked in regular society. Like we cannot have a society that lets us have anything because at some point, all right, at some point, these people will just bring it back to Hitler. And it's just like, my man. And when I used to listen to silly conspiracy theorists, I used to like this line. It's like, my man, I think Stalin and Lenin would like some recognition as well. All right. Stalin and Lenin. All right. They wore suits. And does this mean, by the way, that we can't wear clothing that looks similar to Russians? I guess so. Anyway. My rant on that. I just think that these individuals are so fucking dumb. Somebody said in chat that this goblin person was allegedly afraid to immigrate to America for the fear of being deported or detained. Okay. You know what? I don't want them to come to America. I don't want you in my country. All right. Did Nazis drink water? Yeah, they do drink water. You can't drink water. You can't drink water. Anyway, I just think this right here is really hilarious. They are trying to say, all right, they are trying to say that Japan needs to work on its Nazi problem. Say goodbye to shoot your shot, Tricky, for her enslaver Egypt style. Oh gosh, yeah, you can't dress as an Egyptian because Egyptians killed people. You can't dress as a Viking. You know, a lot of people like to do the Viking style because Vikings killed people. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, just basically name any group of individuals that have invoked terror at any point in history. I can point to any group of people, all right? Hell, you can't dress up as a Roman, as a Greek, at all. None of them. All of them have invoked terror and have killed people for one reason or another. So I will say that these people aren't allowed to. Hell, you know what? I'll take it a funnier step. You know, this goblin person, they are goblin. All right. Did you know that goblins follow high-ranking orc leaders, and those high-ranking orc leaders tell these goblins to kill people? So this individual can't be a goblin because goblins are evil and scary. Okay. Goblin Slayer. Oh gosh, no. Can't even be nude because Adam and Eve committed the original sin. I'd say that's a little too funky, but it's whatever. Anyway. Let's continue on here. It's a long time to just say that this little paragraph here is retarded, by the way. Goblins kill and rape women. Yes, they do. This person can't be a goblin. Okay. They continue on by saying, and yes, I know a lot of people find that particular design fashionable, but that too was on purpose. Hugo Boss designed those uniforms and was an active member of the Nazi Party, though it was Karl Deichebich who designed the all-black version. They were meant to be fashionable, striking, and attractive. That's how propaganda works. That's funny. Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna go on another diatribe, but that's funny. It's meant to draw you in. Humans function on how we draw associations, and there is no way to separate those design elements from the source, especially when they are so closely tied to such a horrific event. I really do urge you to look into the history of these garments and understand why, even though you may mean no harm, these are no good design choices and people will associate you with the wrong thing. It's burned into us through history, and you can't separate those symbols, even if you have different ideas from them. That's so retarded. The bottom line is, you can't separate the design from its history. I disagree. I highly disagree. No matter how much you may want to. It doesn't make you a bad person or evil for liking the style, but you have to approach the design with intelligence. They're calling Zen retarded. Holy shit. You have to approach the design with intelligence, research, and understanding that every design choice is intentional and conveys meaning. And maybe this specific style of uniform is better off left unused. I should finish this by saying, I enjoy... No, you don't. You do not enjoy Zentreya. You are a tourist, in my opinion. I think she's a great streamer, an incredibly lovely and caring individual. Honestly, a beacon in our community for what she has done for VTubing. Everyone makes mistakes. We don't always make the best choices, but this doesn't make her a monster for choosing the design element she did. I do, however, wish she would have more researched the look before committing to it. And I do believe it is irresponsible to flaunt that imagery while discarding its origins just because you like the style. Please take a look at the following thread as well. It does a great job. It does not at outlining everything from a historical standpoint. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, gross, they even use the TED. Oh, by the way, they are getting community noted, by the way. They're getting community noted. Oh, fuck. Love community notes, by the way. And we're not going to read some of their stuff. All you need to know is they decided to mute this, and then they decided to turn off the replies because people were spouting Nazi rhetoric. Although the one that did reply that I thought was really good, it was Zentreya, where Zentreya literally says, I didn't know Nazis showed off their boobs or had hip-lengthened skirts or had a capes with fur. The common German Nazi World War II attire was gray, black being used by the SS, with large overcoats and fully bodied clothing. No chains or gems on it. I could give you my entire conversation with my artists where nothing was based off German aesthetics, and to go blindly saying I made a draft from their suits is just as irresponsible and also damaging to me. Aside from that note, many military have also had black issued military clothing throughout history. In fact, the SS also wore white as well. So are we going to punish VTubers who are wearing white uniforms? Oh. Am I getting punished? Am I going to be punished because I am wearing white? I fucking love this.
Internet in Masquerade 952 donated $5 to help her with her troubles. Wow, I haven't seen someone project so much they belong in a movie theater. The rest of us don't see IT, just you goblin.
I agree. Amen. Or gray uniforms. Militaries all around the world still use black, white, navy, gray. Labeling me as such or having inspiration or promoting it is incredibly reaching and helpful, unbelievable, disrespectful to myself and the people who worked hard on the fictional live 2D model. I love that. I love that. This individual is retarded. Take the L, admit you made a mistake, and change the outfit. This was dumb. And then Zen says, the only mistake I made was apologizing, apparently, because holy shit, what was the point? Amen, Zen. You should never have apologized. But they did respond to Zen. And they did respond to Zen. Uh-oh. Mom called me out. I gotta respond. They say, hey, Zen, I do really hold you in high regard. I even say so. But the elements of the design, even modified, are too close for comfort. Don't fucking watch her, you fucking retard bitch! Oh, does this person have pronouns in their bio? Oh. Does this person have pronouns in their bio? I need to see. Let's see. They do not, but they are just, they sound just as retarded as somebody with pronouns in their bio. Holy fuck. You're not wearing white, your skin is white? This is fair, but I should still be canceled for it. Oh, I hate this person. I legitimately hate this person. Oh, I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're an incredible creator. I appreciate that you apologize. This can be true while noting that the design is flawed. Nowhere in this post did I question your character. Yes, you fucking did, you bitch. And it's not about you as a person. This post was meant to educate on literally. Okay. Are we reading the are we talking about the same post? Because in this post you literally said that Zen was retarded and that you said that Zen was retarded and that Japanese people are bad is what they were saying. So I feel like you're wrong, sir or zer. The analysis of why we're drawn into this type of military silhouette, but how it is not something we can separate from its past. I disagree. Again, it's been 70, 80 fucking years. How long does it need to be before we can start wearing uniforms that look cool? I guess forever. I wanted to say my piece on this as someone who had experience in this specific field. I had no idea it would take off like this, but I can also see that I'm contributing to your stress, and for that, I'm sorry. You want to talk about it, I'm down, but I understand if you do not. Yeah, Zen is going to block you and never going to talk to you again. Oh, fuck. This person says, I was here when it was written. This person says, I was here when it was written. And this person says, you further insert yourself. Some people are just saying clout chasing. I don't think this person's clout chasing. I think this person's just a retard that doesn't really know what they're doing or talking about. They're trying to use the fallacy of they are trying to use the fallacy of being a quote-unquote individual of knowledge. And we all know what happens when you do that. It's kind of stupid. I see what Kirsch said. I've seen a lot of what Kirsch has said. Unironically, the funniest thing in the world would be if Zen and Kirsch like had a collab because of this. That would be funny. That'd be really funny. Be really, really funny.
Obviously, Occo is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
Thank you, Noir. I appreciate that.
Noir7774 donated $5 to help her with her troubles. Remember, chat, never look up the Brotherhood of the Nazarenes or the Copyrote if looking similar to something that looks bad means you're evil.
No, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. All the dictators took cool uniforms. Now they've been canceled. Very true. I would love it. Official Kirsch. Yeah. Was that Nyara's voice? Yes, I took a clip that Nyara said that I sucked and I decided to take it. Anyway, there's two little things left to talk about with the Zen stuff. Zen 3 hours ago decided to say, I wish we could all forget the world, stop fighting, just give a effing moment. I'll have a drink and remember that we're human living in this planet. Some retard decided to say something, and then Zen says, you're one of the reasons why this is continuing. Thank you for eating the landlords. I appreciate that.
The landlords have been gifted €10 by @Kingard12 Hassan Disrespecter.
Very much appreciated.
These individuals don't care what they say. All this outcry is just fake in hope to gather some brownie points with some weirdos.
No, yeah. Brownie points that don't matter. And by the way, we will be talking about, like, when it comes to the Hassan, Ethan Klein stuff. Thank you for the 10.
Mr8952 donated $10 to change the EP's batteries. Reminder that Hugo Boss still makes clothes.
They do.
By the Goddard's appeal to authority
Let me see
fallacy,
if I can...
Hugo Boss should not exist in 2025.
I can type.
Also, Gaddafi's army had the best drip.
They still make clothes, chat. Now, granted, they don't specifically go for Nazis, but they still make clothes. Oh. You know? It's kind of expect... Whoa, those Nazis make a lot of money, it looks like. Nazis sure make a lot of money, it looks like. Holy cow. It's like $90 for a polo? Are you fucking kidding me? I should cancel these people for the price they want for oh my gosh, $36 for a shirt that just says boss on it? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that's insane. Oh, they make card holders. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I'm not much of a wallet person. I really just have a small wallet, but like that's kind of neat. Holy shit, that's a fucking $100 shirt. On one of the most feminist of femboys I've ever seen. Holy cow. But yeah, so like Zen is basically like fuck you all. Can we just calm down? I don't think that's gonna happen. But my hope is that, again, I don't have a lot of hope, but maybe they won't scrap it. Hopefully. But what's funny is this did kind of like spawn some people that were pointing out like for themselves just how funny they can be. I like Powder, by the way. I think Powder's cool. She's been gone recently. I think she had to do stuff. But you know what this has done is I can't say when. I can't say when. All right, can't say when because you know I already have I have stuff in the works, but because people are choosing to be retarded, chat. All right. I think one day I'm just gonna have, you know, I might say, oh, it's based off the Commissar. I'm gonna get a Commissar-like outfit, you know? This guy looks way too happy. This man looks like way too happy for what he's doing right now. But I'm gonna do this one day.
Oh my god, she's got milk.
I'm gonna get a Commissar, quote-unquote, a Commissar-inspired outfit. Thank you for the 5.
Oh, God. If that stuff makes someone look like a fanboy, what will happen if Mizu wears that? And would that make him even more of a, you know what?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I agree. Go right ahead. No, yeah, I want to. I'm going to. Again, I have other things I need to make first. I'm waiting for Ari. I think in the new year, me and Ari are going to work towards recutting my model and getting a base version done so that outfits are easier. But I'm just like gonna give a middle finger to all these fucking retards that are like, oh my gosh, there's the fucking Nazis in. Well, I guess when everybody's a Nazi, nobody's a Nazi. I don't know, but like I'm gonna hand a picture of a Commissar to Ari and say, hey Ari, let's do this. Only I'm also gonna hand him a picture of Zen and say, do this too. I don't know. I just think it's so dumb. These people are so fucking stupid. You know, chat. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. I'm tired. You know, I think I'm glad that I was raised by a mother that actually gives a shit, you know. She and I don't always see eye to eye. It took her a while to understand the politics that I believed. But, you know, sometimes it just takes certain events. But I'm very grateful that I got a mom that fucking, like, bullied me in the way that I needed to be bullied so that I could walk out on and be a normal human being. And yeah, no, yeah, that's basically it. Because, like, I don't think I would have been able to be a normal human being without somebody as important as my mom and my dad too. But no, yeah, I'm gonna be real. There's so many people that I see on the internet, and I have a constant reminder when I go out to work and I do normal stuff and I interact with human beings. All right.
MommaOcco.
I have a constant reminder that the world is normal outside the internet.
That is Caiaphas Cain, the hero of the Imperium, and good God, he is awesome. Even the chaos.
I don't know who he is, but his smirk was not deserved in my opinion. His smirk was not deserved in my opinion, but you know, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, goodness. But anyway, it's to kind of just end off the to kind of end off talking about Zen, and then we're gonna jump into talking about Ethan Klein. I think Ethan Klein is gonna be the next thing. So if you're here for Ethan Klein, that's what we'll talk about next. But I sometimes look at how people are on the internet, and you know, I'm not perfect, you know. I've had stumbling blocks that I am trying to remove so that I feel like a better individual, you know. But I am very grateful that I had a mom that gave a shit about me to help me walk on and touch grass, you know, because like I said, even today, I was like helping a nice old lady today, and we didn't really talk about we just like, we're normal people, you know, because normal people don't always talk about politics. Sometimes they talk about politics if it's your friend, but like normal people, you know, they'll talk about life, they'll talk about religion or God or whatever they're interested in. You know, I just had a simple conversation, you know. I had a simple conversation with a woman about
Aqua is a bad example because it's
what we were doing, and it's just like, holy shit, I love this. Thank you for the $5
to help her with her troubles. No Akko, Caiaphas Kane's smirk is very much deserved. Bro dated a lady inquisitor girlfriend and lived.
All right. So okay. Listen, I'm sure that there's literature out there that I can read / listen to. So if somebody wants to send me a book about this guy or something I can read or listen to so I can learn more about why his smirk is deserved, I will listen to it. Okay? That sounds like a cool story, a cool love story. So if you send me literature on that, I will listen to it at work as much as I can. He has multiple books. Perfect. Send me one that's send me the funniest one, and I will try and find a way to listen to it because I would like to. I'm trying to listen to more than just drama at work. All right. Like, I mean, I do listen to drama quite a lot. And in fact, some of the drama that I listen to, I'm going to translate into what we're talking about tonight with other stuff. But like, I want to listen to regular stuff. Thank you.
At Mercenarix21
Appreciate
donated
that,
$5
Mercenary.
to help
Okay, I
her
see
with
your
her
DM.
troubles. I sent you the Pancreas No Works video on him. Go watch it. It's in the Discord on direct message.
The funniest, do you know how little that narrows it down? I don't, sadly. Okay.
From MommaOcco.
Thank you for the 5.
At Noir7774 send $5 for more hats. Caiaphas Kane aka Fake It Till You Make It 40k edition. He's a giant coward who keeps accidentally saving planets while trying to run away.
Ah, so he's a joke character. I get you. I get you. Well, either way, he sounds amazing, and I kind of want to do it. Sorry, I'm like throwing the clip that we just made. Oh, cool. Okay, sorry. Side tangent. All right, side tangent. Let me talk about my new autism thing. All right, which is me self-hosting. All right. Let me talk about my self-hosting here, chat. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Paint because I want to show you guys just kind of like, I kind of want to show you what I've gotten into recently. Once, I want to talk about my new autism, and then we'll move on to Ethan Klein, all right? Well, this will be kind of like a nice in-the-middle kind of dealio for you guys. And then people that want to jump in and laugh at the Ethan Klein stuff with me can.
Obviously, Aqua is a bad example because it's
Thank you for...
At Zymaru donated $5 to help her with her troubles. I'm actually getting inspired to become an VTuber just for.
Well, I would not say do that.
Does YouTube and Twitch allow actual Nancy iconography?
No, probably not. So don't do that. All right, don't do that. We already have a VTuber that did that, and guess what? They basically have gained no traction because I'm gonna be real with you. All right, I'm gonna be real with you. People can joke, you know, people are allowed to make jokes, people are allowed to be funny, you know, you can draw some Hugo Boss artwork. I don't recommend actually like putting in, I mean, like an Iron Cross, maybe you could get away with, maybe, but don't do that, all right? Because if you do that, there are even right-leaning people that will stay the fuck away from you, all right? So my recommendation is if you just want to piss people off, get some Hugo Boss, pick a funny, like, pick some sort of funny iconography that's not related to Nazism, and then use that instead, you know? I don't know, put like a furry paw on you, although maybe you'll get called a Nazi for it, actually. Yeah, just don't do that. Just don't, like, actually put that kind of iconography on you, because you will not be accepted by anybody, all right? Funny enough, all right, the funniest thing in the world is people don't actually like Nazis, legitimately. If you actually give people the impression that you're a Nazi, people will not associate with you. So don't do it, all right? Just again, I'm not going to say you should, well, I am saying you shouldn't do it. Just don't do it, in my personal opinion, all right? If you want my opinion, don't do it, okay? Anyway, let me talk about my my newest fixation, which is self-hosting. So I got into self-hosting, and I'm going to make a video on this. After I'm done with some of the Cinder stuff, I am going to make a video on this, because I want to get the Cinder stuff done, and then I'll make a video on this. Because it would be unfair of me to say I'm going to do one project and then not do it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to finish the Cinder stuff, and then I'm going to talk about my newest fixation, which is self-hosting. So let's talk about kind of like what got me into self-hosting. I learned what a NAS is, and a NAS is network attached storage. And it's basically like a computer that has all your files, but you don't use the computer for anything other than storing your files. It's typically a very low-tech kind of thing. A lot of older computers can like become them. And the entire thing is just you need to have a lot of storage on them. I saw those, and I thought those were the coolest things in the world. And I was like, that is something I want, because I have a lot of videos, and I would like to back up all of my videos one day so I can preserve them for myself. And so it was a project I wanted to do. I was originally going to make my own, and then I decided to just buy one from Unify eventually. I'm going to become a DevOps engineer. No, I'm going to become a sysadmin, which is cooler sounding in my opinion. But anyway, let me kind of walk you through, and I'll try to be brief so that we can move on to the Ethan Klein stuff, because I know everybody's here for the Ethan Klein stuff. But let me walk you through kind of just like what I've kind of been doing so far. Okay, let me just walk you through that a little bit so that you guys understand kind of what I'm doing. So, in terms of self-hosting, there's a lot you can do. You start off with you start and the way it's called home labbing. Because the idea behind home labbing is that you're basically like doing things with your computer equipment, either to learn something or to self-host or whatever. I am looking to self-host one day. So my home lab right now is me trying to self-host, basically. Another Jose? Yes, there are multiple Joses. So I got into home labbing, basically. My first home lab, which I actually showed off a couple of months ago, was a small 10-inch rack that that has a Raspberry Pi on it. And I actually have another one that I want to put on it eventually when I figure out what I want to do with it. But I put a Raspberry Pi on it. I put a little hat on it that allows it to hold SATA drives, and that was kind of like my introduction to learning about it. However, now that I moved and now that I have a job that actually pays me enough to do some of this, I am doing more intense home labbing. So I started off with buying one of the coolest things in the world, and that is a Unify Dream Machine. Okay, I can spell. So I bought the Unify Dream Machine. What is the Dream Machine? It is basically a gateway. It is a router. It is also a very nice firewall. It actually, I would show it off, but I don't want to show off my IPs or anything. But it's basically like the front door, or maybe the side door, because they do make modems. Unify or Ubiquity, they do make modems, but the Dream Machine is like your opening door router. With this, all of your traffic goes in and out, basically. Okay, so basically, my Unify router is connected to the house modem that my landlord owns. Okay, so the house modem is connected to the Dream Machine. It is a basic Ethernet or RJ45 connection. The RJ45 is the name of the cords that you connect to it. So here I'm gonna boop and boop. So this is like the very first like bit of connection. All right. So I bought the Dream Machine. Why did I buy it? Because I wanted a cool router, and it was the beginning of my self-hosting. And the modem router connection that we have only connects 4 different devices. So if you want to connect more than 4 devices to the modem, which, spoiler alert, there's more than 4 devices in this house that connects via Ethernet, you need something like another router or a network switch, which is the next thing that I actually bought right below that. So after I bought the Dream Machine, I bought the NAS before I bought the network switch, but we're gonna go with the network switch first. I bought a 16-port PoE switch, network switch. Okay, and what this allows me to do is connect. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. What this allows me to do is it allows me to connect more devices to my Dream Machine, because the way that the Dream Machine works is it has eight ports in it. So if I had 8 devices, I probably wouldn't buy a network switch, because 8 ports is quite a lot of ports. You know, if you think about it, most people have 1, maybe 2 computers, and they might have a PS5, a Switch, you know, whatever. But so the Dream Machine, it comes with 8 Ethernet ports. Okay. That line is crooked. I know it's crooked. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, wait, never mind. There we go. Also, Jazz, if you want to join later for the Ethan Klein and other stuff, you may. I'll open up the room here when I'm done with that. So the Dream Machine comes with 8 Ethernet ports. All right. But it doesn't just come with Ethernet ports, because there is something that a lot of people don't know exists, and that is fiber cable. Well, some people will know what a fibernetic cable is. So fiber cable, which some people have, some people don't have, is faster. And in fact, the Dream Machine, the Ethernet ports here, the bottleneck with them is they get 1 gig up and down. Basically, the max they will output is 1 gig. However, there are ports that can have up to 10 gigs. My Dream Machine, I bought it with 1 gig. I could have bought it for more. I decided to do 1 gig. All right. You mean the phone port? No. But the Dream Machine comes with 8 Ethernet ports and 1 up and down NIC port. And the NIC port is where you plug in your fiber optic cable. And the fiber optic cable can go up to 10 gigabits. So right now, the Dream Machine is connected via an Ethernet port, because unfortunately, we don't have fiber. Maybe we will one day. But until then, our house modem, it can only do 1 gig, or it can only do 1 gig max up and down. Okay. So that's kind of the bottleneck on it. One day, if it goes up to fiber optic, and can go faster. Phone is RJ11, RJ45 is Ethernet. Yes. Yes, pretty much. The big difference is one is more powerful than the other. Anyway, getting back to this. So the modem can only do 1 gig. So I connected the Dream Machine via Ethernet because we don't have fiber optic cables. But this NIC still can do 10 gigs within my network. Okay, and that's where we kind of jump to the next thing here. So the PoE port switch is connected through a NIC connection. It is connected through a 10 gig DAC cable. Okay, I apologize if this is boring. We'll move on here soon, by the way. I'm just sharing my autism. I hope that's okay. So I have it connected via a 10 gigabyte DAC cable. Now, a DAC cable is direct attached cable. Basically, a DAC cable is as fast as man, my brain just died there. The DAC cable is as fast as a fiber cable, all right? However, it's made purely out of copper, and instead of having those connection ports that you have to plug in, it's just one side of the connection is connected to the other. Now, a DAC cable is really good for anything under 100 meters. If it's over 100 meters, you need to do actual fiber optic cable. But if it's under 100 meters, you can do a DAC cable. And the DAC cable, which is about 1 foot in length, plugs in from the Dream Machine to the PoE switch. And so in my little enclosed network, in fact, here's what I'll do. I will, we're going to make this line here. All right. This is Occo's network. All right. Occo's network right here. Anything in this line here can get up to 10 gigs of transfer speed. I'm not getting that to the internet, obviously, but I can get up to 10 gigs of transfer speed in this little network, depending on if my computer or depending on if my devices can handle it. So what goes under the the PoE switch? And by the way, the PoE stands for Power over Ethernet. So if I plug in something that can be powered by the Ethernet cable, it will be powered from the PoE switch, which is actually kind of cool. That's typically used for cameras or Raspberry Pis, but I don't have anything really to plug in there yet. I might use a Raspberry Pi plugin eventually, but that's typically what a PoE is for. So what goes into the PoE switch? Well, I have the Unify NAS Pro, which is my NAS, which is going to hold all of my deep storage. It has seven different fucking bays for my drives. So when I get all of those drives, the port, yeah. My apologies. My brain is dying right now. I apologize. But basically, can I line it up perfectly? No, we're just gonna do this. You guys are gonna have to be okay with that. But basically, this can get up to 10 gigs of transfer speed, which is hella fast. Okay. However, the problem is the 10 gigs can only go anywhere. The speed will only be manifested anywhere that also can receive it. Unfortunately, the place that it really matters, my stream PC, where all of my editing takes place, the stream PC has a minor problem. It only gets 1 gig of transfer from the motherboard I have. Okay, so my stream PC is bottlenecked by the fact that my motherboard that I have on it only gives 1 gig. Some motherboards come with more than that. In fact, my new computer's motherboard has 2.5 gigs. In fact, the White Supreme PC has 2.5 gigs itself, which is way faster than 1 gig. Doesn't sound that much faster. It is way faster. So if I want to have 10 gigs of transfer speeds, there's a couple of different things I have to do. The thing that I am most likely going to do that is going to be expensive, there's a couple things. First, I need a somebody pointed out in chat, I need a network card that can do 10 gigs that will go into the PCIe slot of the stream PC. And basically, that will tell the computer to transfer at 10 gigs of transfer speed. Because right now, the motherboard can only transfer at 1 gig. Okay? And that way, I should be able to connect the stream PC to the PoE switch and then do that. However, that's probably also not what's going to happen, because there is another option that I'm going to do that will cost me a little bit more money, and I'm not going to buy it right now. I realize that the only reason why I would buy it is specifically just for this, and so I'm not going to buy it right now. But eventually what I want is an aggregation. I can spell. Or an aggregation box. That is not how you spell. I apologize. There you go. So instead what's going to happen is eventually I'm going to have to get myself an aggregation box. Okay? The aggregation box is basically... So I told you guys that there's fiber optic cables and the DAC cables, all right? The aggregation box is nothing but those port connections. It is nothing but 10 gig DAC cable supporting, basically. So what I'm going to end up doing eventually, and this is like a $300 box eventually. By the way, all of these things are kind of expensive. I only bought them because, again, you guys are kind of supporting this, and also I'm spending money that I'm getting from work on doing this. But this aggregation box here, basically what will happen is that the modem will give the internet, and then the Unified Dream Machine will, through a DAC cable, go to this aggregation box. And through the aggregation box, I will connect the NAS, and I will connect the Stream PC. And the plan is... We're gonna delete that because we don't need it anymore. The plan is that with the aggregation switch, I will be able to move from my Stream PC, where all of my recording and streams go through, at 10 gigs, which is lightning fast, by the way. All of the videos, all of the shit that I record, all of that will go to the storage at lightning speeds. Now, I'll tell you, the recording we just did, it took like 10 seconds to move over at a good speed. Okay. If I get this aggregation box, it'll move even faster. So, I bought half the Amazon warehouse. No, but I did learn a lot about this kind of stuff when I did work for Amazon as a security specialist. Not specialist. That sounds way cooler than it was. When I did work security, I did learn a little bit about networking. Fun fact, all of Amazon's servers are in India. So we can move it in a second. Yeah, depending on what it is. The other bottleneck is with the NAS. When you have a NAS that doesn't have caching, which the Ubiquity's first NAS doesn't have caching. Their second one does. But when it doesn't have caching, storage is slow because you're using hard disk drives instead of SSDs, which I have considered getting some SSDs for this as well. But SSDs are still expensive as shit, and I would rather just spend some money getting a 12 terabyte regular hard drive, basically. But yeah, this is basically my plan. And by the way, the PoE switch will cover everything that doesn't go through the aggregation box. Because the aggregation box is purely going to be for fiber connections or DAC connections. But the PoE switch will go towards things like other computers that don't need this amount of speed. Because I don't really need a lot of computers to have this speed. I just need this computer to have this speed. But other computers could be connected through the PoE switch. Obviously, my main computer can be connected through this. We also have Raspberry Pis that can connect to it as well. And really just anything else I feel like I want to put through here. Not only just that, but I have all my consoles that I still need to hook up as well. So this thing that I bought will still have use and power. It's just I want my NAS to be connected to my Stream PC literally at the hip. And the only way I can do that is if I buy a 10 gig network card and then buy an aggregation box so that both of these things can talk to each other faster. As long as you have the space, it shouldn't matter. Oh no, yeah, I'm almost at the point where I need to get a new rack. Because I don't know if anybody here works in IT. My rack that I have right now is 12U high. I have used 4 of it, and I will have to move my 10-inch rack that I have in there out eventually. But I'm going to have to get a new rack once I fill all this up. So, oh, excuse me. But yeah, that's my project. That's what I've been working on. Like I don't buy a lot of outside of buying art on the occasion, I don't buy a lot of like things like this because I don't really I haven't really found a whole lot of hobbies that I like spending money on outside of video games. This is like, and again, I'm gonna make a video on this in the future. This is very fun, okay? Because like all in all, and there are other projects here. I will say there is the project that I am working on. All right, one day I will contribute a cool thing to the internet. I have an idea of what I want to do. I have something I want to throw on the internet. I don't just want to be a complainer and a whiner like the quartering, who we're going to talk about, but I want to have a project that I can donate to the internet and give to the internet. And that's really like the end all goal. The end all goal is for this to exist. This thing right here, all right, where I can put something on the internet that's really cool, all right, that's more than just me making videos and streams. This is what I want to make. Or you can't really see it. Let me get rid of my hair. This is what I want to contribute to the internet, okay? And so eventually all of this kind of just contributes to my want to make this. And I can't really say what that is right now because I want it to be kind of like a big surprise for people. But I'm building something that I think is really cool. Oh, another thing I forgot to put on there is you can build media libraries as well. So imagine Netflix, all right? Do you want your own Netflix? That's what I want to do, okay? So there's a lot of things that I want to do with this. It can be expensive, but there are ways to not make it so expensive. Is there a time threshold? Well, not a couple of years, hopefully, you know? In a couple of years, I've already got my network storage, so that's one thing that I wanted done. Oh, I forgot to add, you can also have Minecraft servers on there as well. So I want to have game servers on this as well. But yeah, there's a couple things I want to do eventually. And my plan is just to build my own thing. I mean, I talk about this a lot. The problem that I'm having right now is the internet is like struggling. I don't know if you guys remember, but like a lot of companies are like falling apart, if that makes sense. Like AWS, Microsoft, Cloudflare, all of them fucked up recently. And it's given me this drive to build my own shit. So this is me building my own shit. Am I going to host all of this? How will I afford it? Well, I mean, if you host a lot of your own stuff, some of the biggest costs are going to be electricity. I'm going to be real with you, which I'm willing to pay. Plus, I might offer services to select individuals that I trust and like. But all of that really just to say is I'm kind of tired of relying on other guys to hold on to things for me. I don't trust Google with my shit. So I don't want cloud servers because that's what the NAS is for. It's the cloud. It's my cloud, basically. I'm making my own cloud. Well, it's a very solid looking cloud at my feet right now. I don't trust Netflix because Netflix gets rid of shit whenever they want. So I'm going to have to make my own media library for me and maybe my family. I don't trust other websites to host a Minecraft server for me. So I'm gonna host my own shit for that, or just really like like if I want my friends, you know, me, Mizu, and anybody else that wants to play video games, I want to host my own shit, and I can just do it myself. Cause like I'm tired of letting other companies host shit and it being subpar and it not being mine, if that makes sense. So I want to host my own shit so that I can say this is mine, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very slow project. I bought all of these other things recently and I'm going to hold off until the new year or maybe a little bit afterwards to continue buying. Temp is sending me a small computer that he doesn't need anymore. Him and his dad are sending me a computer. And I'm going to play around with that, see what I can do with that. And I have parts for another little server machine that I can build. I'm going to see if I can turn it into a media library because it has a great graphics card that I can already put on it. And I already have a lot of the other stuff. I just need a new power supply. But, like, I just want to build my own shit, if that makes sense. I want to build my own cool shit. And, yeah. I think my eventual goal is to fill out a 48U shelf rack of stuff. Eventually. And I'm going to make videos on it. If you guys want, I will be making videos on it. I've looked into the home labbing community, and they are very nice people. Am I making a game PC? I already have a game PC. I have considered making game PCs and then selling them for people that want to have me make them a specific PC, you know? So, but granted, I don't know how that would work. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Kaceytron. I know some people were excited for that. And I apologize if you had to go through my my talking about my new autistic fixation, which I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like being into self-hosting your own stuff is a little bit more safe than some other things on the internet, but that's just me. Either way, we're going to get into the Ethan Klein stuff. All right? You guys might remember. All right? You guys might remember that previously, when we talked about Ethan Klein, we were talking about Kaceytron. In fact, last week is when we were talking about Kaceytron. Last Wednesday, even. Where she basically came out and said, I'm not going to relent. I'm being sued into the dirt. My family is kind of like in poverty. And she was basically like, please fund my GoFundMe so that I don't like get thrown out onto the street. Well, and I love this. I love this meme right here. It's fantastic. In fact, I told Nianis I was going to steal it for the stream. Where this individual says, if you're not speaking up and doing what you can to support Kaceytron, you're fake as fuck. And Nianis says, I'm good. Fuck around and find out. She could always apologize, but she's too perpetually stoned to realize it. And this Acid Burns account says, do you think apologies end lawsuits? Or lawsuits? Sweets. That's okay. That's funny. So, chat, I have some funny news. All right? I have some funny news for you. Okay? And I will open up the room for people to come in if they would like. I have some funny news. Kaceytron settled. She settled out of court without the need for a judge, I would assume. I assume they went through mediation. Okay? And so she apologized. And my assumption is that this apology is a huge part of the settlement itself. Basically. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through it. Is my mic peaking? Oh, do I need to fix it? Hold on. Oh, give me one moment. Is it bad? Deep fried. A little bit. Oh boy. I'm glad that people are saying. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's definitely way too loud. Here, let me turn it down just a little bit. How's that? It's still going to be peaking, but it shouldn't be doing it too much now. Is that better? Please tell me that's better. Better? Perfect. Perfect. Glad it's better. Okay. It might, I basically adjusted the threshold for my mic itself. So that should be a little bit better. Much better? Awesome. Fantastic. I'm glad. I'm glad, I'm glad, I'm glad. I thought I had the boost volume on. Gosh. Anyway, we're going to go through this apology. All right? We're going to go through it. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to make fun of it. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. Ethan Klein has asked people to be nice to her. I'm going to be as nice as I can, but I am not really on anybody's side. So I'm going to laugh at her just a little bit. Because, like, some of this is really funny. All right? I'm going to be real with you. Some of this is really funny. And it's like... so let me give, like, a recap. All right? Let me give a recap. Why is Denims in mediation and had to make this apology in the first place? All right? Why did this happen? Well, not Denims. I mean, we are going to talk about Denims, but Kaceytron, all right? So Kaceytron had to make this apology because she was one of 3, potentially 4 individuals that did a form of copyright infringement on Ethan Klein's content nuke video. In fact, one of the things that particularly kind of forced this into motion is how they specifically stated that they were looking to deprive Ethan himself of views or money and just to fuck with him, basically. So that was really kind of what kicked this off, basically. I don't know if it's just me, but if you can increase your side a bit, maybe 10% more. Hold on. Is that better? I hope that's better. Anyway, so he sues 3 people. All of them women, funny enough. Denims, Frogan, and Kaceytron. Kaceytron being the weakest out of all of them, in my personal opinion. And everybody was kind of like, there was a lot of speculation on what was going to go down. Kaceytron, for a lot of people, was one of the first people that people were like, I think she's going to settle or she's going to try and bow out from this. Because she is, out of all of them, in my personal opinion, the most irrelevant of the 3 women. And probably was going to receive maybe some of the least amount of support. Despite the fact that she did receive a decent chunk of support from that GoFundMe. But like, she was one of the people that a lot of people were like, if there was somebody that was going to settle, it's going to be Kaceytron, and she's going to be the one to do it first. And a lot of people were correct. And so she comes out and makes this video. This video is 8 minutes long. However, it is not really 8 minutes long. There is 5 minutes of a timer video. Somebody made the joke that, like, she really hasn't learned her lesson because this 5-minute timer video is really just a freeboot of somebody else's 5-minute timer, which, be real, I am not sure why it is so hard to find a 5-minute timer. You can Google a timer on Google, and it's not that hard to set one up. Just saying. But by the way, the timer that I have for my pre-stream, that was a pre-made timer that you can get on the internet that you can stick into streams. So it's like, it's not hard to do that. Actually, that was a video I made because there was a template for one in my editing software. So I use the editors. Use the editor's version. So I don't know why she didn't just, like, do that, but, like, it's whatever, in my personal opinion. So, like, the first 5 minutes of this is really just not, it's not anything useful. And again, it's just kind of funny. Whoever this channel is took their 5-minute timer video, and so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through this. We're gonna listen to this. We're gonna break it down. It's gonna be really funny. By the way, that was her that decided to do that. Okay, so this is the video, all right? This is the video itself. For those that are wondering, who haven't listened to it, yes, this is a pre-record. Obviously, it's pre-recorded. But yes, she was given a script. And I'm going to tell you right now, the script was given to her after a lawyer from Ethan Klein's side took what he wanted her to say and then handed it to her, but with legal wording added in so that it was better for the public to hear, basically. So what you are listening to is a lawyer's statement that she was required to read as part of the settlement here.
By stating I take responsibility for infringing the content new. I want to be
Oh, fuck. This woman somehow gets more attention than a lot of... Listen, there are a lot of smaller streamers. I'm not going to count myself in this because that would be very conceited of me. I'm not going to do that. All right? There are a lot of streamers way smaller than her that are way more professional than her. All right? She has to use a 5-minute YouTube video timer, and then she has to rewind the video because she just fucking... Because she just don't know what she's doing. Oh, fuck.
Begin by stating I take responsibility for infringing the content nuke. The lawsuit was not frivolous. When I said the lawsuit was frivolous and
which she said last week, by the way,
based on misogyny, it was to garner sympathy, protect my own reputation, and retaliate against the Kleins. This lawsuit has given me a greater understanding of copyright protection.
Based on that 5-minute timer, I highly doubt that.
People's copyrights and the importance of protecting copyrights in the online content creation community. It is important for the entire content creation community to respect the intellectual property rights of other creators, and I will adhere to the lessons I've learned throughout this process going forward.
By the way, she doesn't actually have to do that. This is just like, again, when you win over other people, you can basically make them say a lot of things, and this is kind of like her saying, I get it, I will understand copyright better. I don't think she actually will. But it would be funny. It would be funny if that were the case. There should be betting on market on how many days until she breaks it. I have no idea. I don't even know if she's streaming right after this. A good ending has been achieved. As good as it can be, in my personal opinion. I wish I had Ava here to talk about, because I had some questions for her. So I can't really ask them right now, but like I'll give my thoughts on this as we kind of go. Some people did ask some questions about this. But yeah.
Forward. I also want to make clear that I did not receive any support, financial or otherwise.
Oh, this part 110% was included by Hassan Piker. All right. This is Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein wanted this to be put in there. Because you guys, actually, we'll play it.
From Hassan Piker. Hassan never even reached out to me privately to offer words of support. Speaking honestly, I found his indifference to my suffering hurtful, especially after...
That might be something that she actually believes. All right? That might be something that she actually believes, in my personal opinion. So, this was like a bombshell thing to kind of like reveal, because for those that don't know, when this lawsuit first was like brought up, when it was first filed, Hassan basically was like, hey, I will help these girls, and you probably won't know about it because I don't need to talk about it. Spoiler alert, he didn't help anybody, it sounds like. At the very least, he didn't help fucking Kaceytron, okay? He didn't help Kaceytron. Maybe he helped Frogan. Maybe he'll help Denims. Who knows? But it's really funny to hear her come out and say, he didn't help me a gosh darn bit at all. Hilarious.
After he hinted he might help me behind the scenes. It felt like he wanted to receive credit from the public for him helping me without providing any.
And by the way, he does respond to this. I have that clip pulled up. I'll show it to you guys at some point after this.
As to the GoFundMe money, to the extent there are any remaining funds after I pay my attorney's fees, I have agreed to pay the remaining funds to the Kleins.
Now, I don't know how much money that is. She raised, last I checked, and I don't think you can actually check the GoFundMe anymore because I tried to search and it was gone. which maybe I'm just bad at researching. But last I checked, she received like 50, 60, maybe even 70 grand on this. So after she pays her attorney's fees, we don't know how much that is. I don't know if it's 20, 30, 40. She's just going to give the rest of the money to him. There's a funny bit that I think I brought it up last week. I'll bring it up again this week. There's a funny bit to that we're going to get to. Also, Hurtbox, if you want, you can jump in. Oh, fuck.
The funds will not go to anyone else, including Denims or Frogan, to defend their lawsuits. For the record, I have agreed to cooperate with the Kleins in their litigation against the H3 Snark mods for promoting my life.
So, and this is something that I listen to legal a little bit. This is something that's, I guess, kind of common when if you settle with somebody, they can then ask you to testify on behalf of somebody else. So she is going to rat on a lot of those mods. If she has any information on the H3 Snark mods, they're kind of boned, and anything she says can and will be held against Denims and Frogan as well if they choose not to settle. Which I think is kind of diabolical and kind of evil, but that is the justice system. That is the justice system. You know, when they say that married couples can't testify against each other, this is kind of like this is kind of like a fit-in for that. Is basically like, there's a reason why they say that, because like you can literally have your partner speak up against you under certain circumstances, and this is basically it. Like, she's gonna fuck them up if she has information. Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't know how much information she has. I'm gonna be real. Maybe she did get information, but she smoked her way through it. No idea, personally. But if she does have any information, she will be required to testify under oath for that. And I think that's diabolical, but also kind of funny.
Live stream to the extent that I am able. I will offer my support, including testifying under oath to everything I have just stated, to help their cause. I also want to take the opportunity to acknowledge other misconduct and bad behavior I have exhibited.
A lot of this, by the way, is just random shit that she said when she was streaming. And at this point, it's kind of like, yeah, Ethan included this specifically to give a middle finger to people like her. Some of it I didn't even know existed and don't care about, but it's just kind of funny regardless.
Online. For example, weaponizing the death of Asmongold's mother was...
Allegedly, Asmongold has not accepted this as an apology, which it is a court-mandated thing, so I can understand why he might not care. Because I'm going to be completely real with you. There is really no way to tell if she's being sincere about a lot of this. Everything that she is saying right now is mandated by the court as a form of her settlement. So anything she says right now could literally just not matter in the grand scheme of things, basically.
Inexcusable. I should know better because I have 3 disabled people that rely on me.
To be fair, she should know better. I'm going to be real with you.
Moving forward, I will do better. I also want to apologize to the crew of the H3 podcast, particularly AB and Olivia. I apologize for calling them cowards for not quitting their jobs. That was a shameful attack on 2 people who deeply care about Palestine and Palestinian people.
Congrats, chat. Palestine war is over. You know, as somebody who really can't give less of a shit about the politics of people across the ocean, because like they need to do their own shit and I don't want to be involved, it is really hilarious that like this whole war between Ethan Klein, Hassan Piker, and his buddies has just like made again, I don't care about fucking Palestine that much, but it's like so insulted. Like if I was a Palestinian, I'd be so fucking insulted by a lot of this, because it's just like you literally have people that make millions upon millions of dollars that sit in their houses protected, and I'm counting Ethan and Hassan both in this here. You have people that make millions of dollars, and all of them are like sitting here arguing about something else, and it's just like who the fuck cares? And again, like Ethan Klein less so, because not like tapping into this rhetoric now, but some of these people actually think they're helping Palestine by sitting online and fighting with each other. Oh fuck. I don't talk about this subject a lot because it's boring to me, but occasionally I'll just look at it and say, man, that shit is so fucking ass. And like they are helping the help that they are given to Palestine is so hilarious. Sand politics are for sand people? Yes. To be honest, I only care as much as I do because like I give my money to one of those types of sand people, and I'm kind of tired of giving my money to sand people. So, you know, my personal opinion, my opinion is I don't want to contribute more money to the sand people. So I'm like fucking retarded. Or no, it's a fucking retarded thing, you know. But I'm just like I'm so fucking burnt out for politics that aren't mine, and for a country that like for some reason my politicians care about more than I do, you know. As long as they don't mess with my moisture farm, I don't care. Yes, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, basically. Based on the few Palestinians that have been asked, they hate Hassan and his orbiters more than Ethan. At least Ethan raises money. No, yeah, and that's kind of what she's bringing up, is that at least Ethan raises money. These people, like, they stream on Twitch. And guess what, motherfucker? Twitch is owned by Amazon, and Amazon gives money to Israel. So they're actively hurting. They're hurting more than helping. Oh, that's just a funny point that gets brought up. I don't know. I just hate slacktivism like this. Again, I try not to talk too much about politics because it's boring and it's annoying and I don't care for it. But like, it's right here, right now. I think this whole thing is retarded. All right, it's retarded, and I'm tired of both sides. Okay. I'm tired that my government gives money to one side, and I'm tired that there's a perpetuation of a fight on both ends. All right, I'm done with it. Okay. I'm not here to give conspiracy theories about why they do it. I'm just here to say I'm done with it. I'm done. I don't care. Let the sand people fight each other. It's their 2,000-year-old war. I'm not part of it. All right. Thank you. All right, let's continue.
AB, along with his wife Lena, have done more than I have ever done for the Palestinian people, including raising over $100,000 in charity. I recognize that they have actually made Palestinian lives better, and my online antagonism and trolling has not. I apologize to Ethan.
Oh, Ethan is so brutal for this. 3,000 years ago, Akko, 3,000. Yes. The war was promised for me to end 3,000 years ago, all right? Rage himself told me that the war would end. It was promised to me, all right?
Ethan and Gila personally, I have said extremely mean and cruel things about both of them, particularly my misogynistic attacks against Gila that never should have been said.
That was kind of funny to hear because she's a woman. Oh my gosh! Again, like this whole apology is such an embarrassment. But again, you know, okay. I'm curious, chat. Press 1 if you would rather have a settlement like this, or press 2 if you would rather get raped in court. All right? Would you rather like embarrass yourself in the short term with a message that says, I said some silly things and I'm sorry? Or would you rather spend hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially just to lose in court? Okay? I'm pretty sure a lot of you would rather just be embarrassed for a couple of days. All right? Now, to be fair, her internet career as it is right now, in my personal opinion, it's kind of over because a lot of this, like, this is just kind of retarded in my personal opinion. And she could have avoided a lot of this if she just didn't do any of it. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, Mizu, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Welcome. Want to come say hi? You're more than welcome to. But it's just like, I would rather be forced to tell the person I've been harassing, I'm sorry, and then just deal with the backlash on the internet. 1, if I was bullshitting. 2, if I believed what I said. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. Let's finish this. All right, let's finish this. And then we will get on to you know, Noir brings up a funny point that I want to bring up that we'll bounce into here, but let's finish this first.
I also want to acknowledge the pervasive problem of anti-Semitism in leftist spaces. It should concern all of us. I condemn it and will not participate in it. To that end, I wish the Klein's success in enforcing TED Entertainment's copyright and protecting the legal rights of online content creators.
And that's it. And that's it. That's a whole apology. Pre-recorded, that whole kind of thing. Has nearly 10 million views. And everybody's been pretty brutal, in my personal opinion. Now, to be fair, Ethan Klein has said, be nice. Ethan Klein has said, be nice, which is very nice of him. Some people have been nice, some people haven't been nice, and, you know, is what it is. I just, like, think she needs to go back to doing whatever she's doing without, like, involving herself in this whole thing. Because out of the 3 girls, she was the one with the least amount of involvement in this. The next 2 people, Denims and Frogan, have way more involvement than she does, and it's going to be, in my personal opinion, a little bit harder for them. Now, before we get on to the funny thing, first off, hello, Hurtbox, welcome.
Just going to say, she can go back to just smoking nothing but weed all day.
Yes, pretty much. Here, I'm going to share my screenerino for you. Before we move on to the to one funny thing, let's move on to the other funny thing. That
MommaOcco and Hero are part of the problem.
Thank you for the 10.
At Internet's and Master 8952 found out Mom is part of the problem and gave her $10. Kaceytron has suffered one of the worst punishments possible. She was humiliated in court by a rich Jew, paraphrasing Nux's cackling at Casey's misery.
I've not seen what Nux has said. I imagine he's pretty happy about that. Here, let me start some new music. Oh. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate that. Anyway, so before we move on to the extra funny, let's move on to something that's kind of silly and remind ourselves when everybody is like, oh, the GoFundMe money isn't going to go towards Ethan Klein. Not only did it go to Ethan Klein, but $1,000 of that GoFundMe money is coming from Anissa Jama. So iDubbbz, or excuse me, Anissa and her husband, iDubbbz, have effectively donated $1,000 to him. And, oh man, would I be pissed off if I was one of them right now.
How charitable of of the Jomas.
Very, very charitable. Considering that they live in squalor and eat off of cardboard plates and out of tin cans all the time, it's very charitable of them to give all of their money to the Jew man. So it's just it's kind of funny. That 1K will buy some nice plates for the clients. You know, unironically, I would not ever, if Ethan can do the funniest thing right now, okay? He can do the funniest thing and just spend $1,000 on plates.
You know what? It's funny. This isn't the. It's funny how this isn't the first time Anissa has given money and/or attention to a creator more popular than her husband.
Oh, that's so mean. So mean, brutal, even. You know what they? You know,
not incorrect.
Oh, for sure. Nux was so amused he posted his video response to his Nux Taku channel instead of Nuxanor. Oh, really? That's interesting. Interesting. Either way, I just thought this was funny. That the by the way, this is an old post from the H3 channel. This is like 5 months old. However, it's just funny. Going back and looking, Anissa donates $1,000. On this day, Ethan Klein showed just how Jewish and bisexual he was. Yes.
And then Denim thinks that she can fight this out. Like,
yeah, that goes into my next.
Good luck.
That goes into my next point here, actually, as Denims decided to respond to this, being, in my personal opinion, extremely stupid for choosing to say this. So Denim says,
"Oh yeah, this fucking essay."
Yeah, she wrote a fucking long essay. Denims says, this apology, which I can only assume was somehow forced to extract a settlement, was painful to listen to. And yeah, woman, it very much so is. It's an absurd and ironic that Ethan accuses Hassan of being a puppeteer while LARPing as a comic book villain in this way. While it is unfortunate that Ethan appears to have been able to exert control over her in this way, I'm happy that Kaceytron was given the opportunity to minimize the harm to her family, avoid the risk of losing her home, and move on from Ethan's lawsuit. Yeah, again, out of all of them, she was the one to lose the worst because of who she had to take care of. It's, again, why you look at somebody like her and say, why the fuck would you do this if you have to take care of disabled people? Are you fucking stupid?
Right.
Fucking retarded? I want to make several things clear. My trial date is on 10/26/26. Her trial date is just over 10 months away, chat. Holy cow.
That's going to be a lot of litigation fees and shit.
A lot of litigation fees and discovery, yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to beating Ethan in court, while Casey and likely Frogan, and this was the part here that, like, I don't know if Frogan gave the okay for this, but she's saying that Frogan will probably cave to Ethan Klein. Frogan might also just bow out and settle, which would be very funny if that's the case. Because Frogan, in my personal opinion...
She's losing all that money. She's losing all that DoorDash money, that's why. I will absolutely be mean to these people. Fuck these people.
No, you could be mean. It's funny. I just, like, I forgot that she does nothing but DoorDash.
Does nothing but DoorDash and fucking streams to, like, what? Fucking...
About the same as me.
I don't even know what her CCV is.
About the same as me. I don't know what her... I don't know if she's live right now.
Holy fuck. And you have, like... I assume smaller numbers.
She is live right now. She is... Oh.
That's sad. Imagine being a Hassan orbiter and then not being able to crack more than 3 digits.
Chat, I don't number shame. Okay? Unless you're DSP, because with DSP it's funny.
Yeah, with DSP it's funny.
I don't number shame. I promise. She's got 50 viewers right now.
Oh, God.
I think she averages between like 50 and 150 or something like that. So she and I basically are on par, all right? Again, no shame to anybody. Good at any size, you know, all that good stuff. But, like...
You might want to rephrase that when it comes to Frogan.
Not really. But, like...
Hey, but the octopus is much better. Much more entertaining to watch.
Bad example because it's a lost cause.
At Mercenarix21 donated $5 to help her with her troubles. Whereas I'm losing all my DoorDash money thanks to my bank losing the ability to do bill pay last month. And now I have to scramble a credit union.
I hope you're able to get the credit union up and going. You should talk to DoorDash.
Oh god, that
sucks. That's really retarded. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's shitty.
Please, like, if you can't donate, please save your money for yourself and focus on getting yourself settled in. But, I hope that you can get that fixed for you. Digits. Oh, Chad, that's so mean. That's so mean. I can't. Listen, I can't be as mean as you guys. All right, I can only repeat what you say. Okay.
It's okay. We'll be mean for you.
I appreciate. But yeah, I mean, right now she's at like 50 views. Maybe she goes higher or later, but like, gosh, I need to look away. Oh, goodness.
About to say, is your noise gate a little too sensitive?
Is it
like fading in and out?
Am I? I can fix it here. Hold on. I lowered it. Oh, am I getting rated? Is Amal rating me? Welcome, Amal. Let me up the gain just a little bit. Okay, that might be a little bit better.
Yeah, I know that you were clipping earlier, and then it's like just suddenly you're fading in and out.
Well, that sucks. Thank you, Amal, for the raid. Very much appreciated. Get raided. I've been raided with raids. Very much appreciated, Amal. We're talking about the Ethan Klein Kaceytron settlement and all the hilarity that kind of comes from it. If you want to jump in here and laugh at that with me, you're more than welcome to. Just be non-super duper saucy, I guess. Anyway, again, like... moving on from Frogan's numbers, we're going to move on and read this. Thank you for the 5. Also, I need to read your previous super chat.
She can think of it as an extended Ramadan. She may lose some weight.
That's so mean. That's so mean. I can't believe you guys would say something like that. I wouldn't say something like that, but I can't believe you would say something like that. Also, thank you for the 2 earlier, Gugar. Here's hoping he spears the hijabi whale. Man. See, I had to say that because it's super chat, and I don't scam people. But you know, I would never say that. That's very mean. It's very mean of you, chat. All right, you can't be super duper mean like that. All right.
It's very mean. It's very, very, very mean. But you know what? When you go and make fun of our veterans, then you kind of deserve it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if you make fun of veterans, especially the ones that didn't really
actually have PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, like if you make fun of the ones with
that didn't come back
PTSD
whole.
or the ones that like are struggling, yeah, I don't really care. Also, thank you Amal for the raid on YouTube as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Internet Zen, for feeding the landlords. I appreciate that. Landlords appreciate it.
The landlords have been gifted $20 by @InternetZenMaster8952 a Hassan disrespecter. I'm betting Ethan's lawyers set the trial date so far back because they know Denims is that stupid. She would be the type to slug it out. I want the Oreos demand she gives up all her low-cut shirts as part of the settlement.
You know, unironically, he might force her to do that if she does tend to settle. I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's so far back because, like, okay, here's the problem. You guys remember when fucking Ricada was sued by Montagraph and how long into the future his stuff was? Part of the problem is when you're an internet creator and a lot of the stuff that you do and say is online, they have to add more and more and more stuff to the discovery. So let's just say you make one comment, all right? And they have to do discovery for that. And then you don't make any other comments until the trial date. You're still going to have a couple hours of discovery, maybe even more. I'm not like an expert in that stuff. Yeah, again, I'd have to ask the lawyer. But like, if you keep saying shit, and by the way, this does not help Denims, in my personal opinion, in terms of making it easier for her and her lawyers, okay? But let's say that she continues to say things again and again and again. Like, they have to add that to the list, and that's going to add to the attorney's fees. That's going to add to the time they need to spend for discovery. My assumption is it's so far in the future so that they can find more shit. I assume. Again, I don't know if like there's just a backup of shit, but like, you know. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Just like an absolutely terrible lawyer, because like.
No, they have the same lawyers. I'm being told.
They do. Then
I think they have some of the same lawyers.
Like, literally shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think she asked her lawyer if she could post this. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm gonna be real. I
She's
don't
not that
think
smart.
I don't think her lawyer gave an okay on this, which I wouldn't give an okay on this. Anyway, let's continue reading. While Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein, which is a decision I doubt they have made lightly, settling like this is not an option for me. It is not an option for me because it would set precedent that endangers the financial security of any streamer that creates reaction content. And again, I don't really, like, here's the thing. And again, I would have to ask the elf. If you settle out of court, I don't think that, like, makes as damning of a precedent as if you lose in court. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, usually when people cite case law, it's actual stuff that got a judgment rendered, right?
Yeah, like, again, I would have to ask the elf, but, like, if you settle out of court, it doesn't go to court. It is an out-of-court, like, decision that is mediated between lawyers and you. It still gets, like, written down as this was an out-of-court mediation. But like, I don't think that it's.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's actually going to do that. Like again, the main problem with what Denims did, all right, and again, these people don't understand this. The reason why she was sued is because she literally, one, she watched it, which is like one of the aspects of it, and two, she said that she was doing it specifically to screw over the creator that made it. Like, if I came out, and again, I do drama reactions, you know, so I basically fit in the same camp, although with, in my personal opinion, at a different level. If I came out and said, I am watching this specifically to take money away from X individual, that will get me sued, all right? that will get me sued.
Yeah.
However, oftentimes what I do, like a good creator, and I need to do this more, is I will either link it or I will tell you to go watch the video, and I will show people where they can find it, and I will make sure that people know where the video is. You know, I mean, like, the last thing I want to talk about tonight, when we get to it, being the quartering. Even though I don't like the quartering, I'm not going to tell you don't watch his videos. I'm going to say, if you want to watch this without my commentary, there you go. But, like, she doesn't understand that the precedent that could be set from her losing is making it stronger for people to identify what is and what is not fair use. And I don't understand why people don't get that.
And it's like, Ethan Klein already has done this before in the past when he had to
as
deal
the
with
defendant.
What the fuck is his name? Yeah.
Ethan Klein has been on her side. And he won.
And if I remember, that was a judgment that was in his favor.
It was a judgment that was in his favor, and he got attorney's fees. So, like,
yeah.
I just don't understand how some people can forget that literally he has played this. Like, again, I don't like Ethan Klein all that much. I am one of the least. I like Ethan Klein the very least out of all of them. I already have a Jew that I pay attention to, and I'm fine with him. I don't like Ethan Klein that much. But if there's anybody that would know, like, the right way to go about this, it's the guy that won, and he won. So,
right.
I don't know.
No, it's I don't watch him at all anymore. Back in the day, I did, when it was, you know, the old Frank and Max Mofo, those, like, that old group of people.
Yep.
But I just slowly fell out of. I just didn't care once he started his podcast.
Yeah. For sure. Anyway, let's continue reading through this. We have other stuff I want to get to tonight, so I don't want to spend too much longer on this, but let's continue. If you create content that involves commenting on videos or enjoy consuming reaction content, you should be on my side. If you don't believe me, please read ahead and let me convince you. I watched and reacted to Ethan's highly anticipated content nuke shortly after it aired. Make no mistake, my coverage more than doubled Ethan's video length. Ethan's video spanned roughly 104 minutes. I spent 230 minutes reacting to, critiquing, commenting on his video, and the content in it, during which I paused 210 times. That means I added 120% of the runtime and commentary, on average pausing every 30 seconds. Again, she doesn't understand. Well, actually, I don't think she doesn't understand. I think she's maliciously choosing to omit that she said that she was doing this to take away views from him. Just saying.
Right.
Just saying. I don't think you would have been sued. I don't even have to say that. Ethan said himself he would not have sued you if you didn't say that. Like, I can't pull. I don't know at what point in the video it is, but like he literally said, "I am okay with if you didn't say this, I would not have cared."
Yeah, not only that, is that, like, it doesn't matter how many times you paused and how much time it added. Is it transformative enough? That's ultimately what they're going to care about.
I mean, they care about if it's transformative and the reasons why you did it.
If every pause was just like, oh, well, this is a stupid point, that's not really, I don't think that qualifies as commentary.
I agree. Thank you for your 10 internet zen. Thank you for filling the goal.
Internet Zen Master 8952 found out Mom is part of the problem and gave her $10. Not a lawyer, but I've taken a few semesters in IP law. Settlements are not precedent setting. If Denims wanted to defend React creators, she would beg to settle.
I appreciate. Yeah, I'd have to.
Can correct me if I'm
I will
wrong.
DM the lolly right now.
Yes, DM her. She just got back from Santa's factory recently.
Does settlements create precedent? I just asked her.
No, I think what I really want to see is I saw somebody say is that if you go like with Kaceytron, if she goes against her apology video, like I assume she's stupid enough to start saying, oh well, you know what, I didn't mean it.
Mm-hmm. Pete the
I'd kind of
leader of
hope
the
she
Lollipop
does.
Guild. Oh goodness. All right, I've DM'd her. If she chooses to jump in or just respond here, or respond to my DMs, I'll let you know. But I don't think that settlements create precedent. I just think that's kind of retarded. It shouldn't. It's called a settlement explicitly to avoid doing the whole 9 yards in court. No, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we'll continue moving on here and reading. Commentary length is substantially more than Asmongold, XQC, or any of the many other streamers and YouTubers that watch the content nuke in full. As we know, Ethan decided not to sue Asmongold, XQC, or anyone other than the three of us, but he wouldn't sue them. They didn't intentionally try to deprive him of revenue, and you said yourself that you did. That notion is frivolous and is a fabrication. Ethan claims he is pursuing his claim against me only because of some claimed malicious intent on my part. It's not some claimed. You literally said that you were doing it for that purpose. Along with his conspiracy theory about collusion with Reddit moderators, none of whom I have ever communicated with. Well, we'll find out in court if that's true. The first statement is my response to a chat message. I read it out. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. And then replied, yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirming it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. I hope this is self-evident, but it would be bizarre for me to take the opportunity to bring attention to this group of people and how they actually should watch his video on his channel. It isn't my place. I don't care. And making a big deal out of it would only encourage the zealotry that Ethan is upset about. I merely acknowledged that I was going to react to it and moved on. Drawing a border narrative based on a chat message I did not write is delusional. The second statement is a throwaway shill comment I said after the video before signing off. Quote, well, guys, if you enjoy not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw Prime. That's, again, oh my. She's just malicious, in my personal opinion. As an aside, this statement is factual. Almost certainly, if someone watched my coverage, they had no interest in watching Ethan's video without the additional addition of critical commentary. By the way, there was no critical commentary. She is retarded and didn't have good critical commentary. Regardless, the statement does not characterize my intent.
Obviously, Occo is a bad example because it's a lost cause.
Ed Noir7774 donated $5 to help her with her troubles. I remember Ricada Prinos and drinking explaining that the reason YouTube always folds is to avoid precedent that would ruin them.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But
even when they do get judgment and ruled on them, they don't give a fuck. Look what they're doing to the guy who went through courts over in Europe to get his channel reinstated.
So I looked into that. They don't live in the same country. And even though I think that's shitty, I think that's why they don't care. Because they're not in the same country. I did just get a reply from Ava. She said she could pop in. Yes. I did get a reply from Ava.
Yeah,
she might come in.
That does make sense, is that it's because they're not in the same country. So it would have to be on the American side.
Ava, or excuse me, Nyara is an alert. Yes, I took a clip where Nyara says that I am a lost cause, and I'm using that now because, yes, I am learning from other streamers that you do that to your foes or to people that you don't like, or people that, like, said things about you that's kind of laughable, and I'm just taking it because I can. Yes. Anyway, let's continue reading here. At most, you could say this is a mean-spirited comment in poor taste. Making a joke like this is too far, and that Ethan Klein deserves more respect. We can agree to disagree. I humbly request that we take this opportunity to question Ethan's framing of events and call a spade a spade. Ethan is bullying people who said things about him he did not like, and he can do that only because he has more money than them. What are you saying about that? I was like, hello, Ava. Welcome.
Hi.
So, does a settlement create precedent that is used in court in the future?
No, absolutely not.
So
who said that?
One random commenter.
Specifically.
One random comment. I'm not gonna let you bully them.
I'm just messing around.
But
I
one
really
random
was just hoping
commenter.
She would say no and then leave. Does it create precedent? No. Disconnect noise.
Oh, that would actually be really funny, but nah. Yeah, settlement. Again, a settlement is in lieu of court procedure and stuff, and precedent is only really set at the appellant level and above. It has to be a higher court that looks down, sees how procedure was done, makes a ruling on how the law is interpreted, and that interpretation becomes precedent.
Well, there you go,
A
Trent.
settlement in a copyright case, which is a civil case, is not going to cause or create any kind of precedent.
That's what I thought. It just doesn't make any sense for a settlement to actually like, because again, like in a settlement, they are not actually like just saying that one side is right or over the other.
They haven't even made it to court yet. They haven't made it to trial. It's quite literally, I am doing this to avoid things escalating to that point.
Yeah.
It's the true goal marker for any good attorney. You want to always settle out of court, and if you actually make it to trial, like on some level you failed as an attorney. If you end up going to trial, now you can fumble, maybe get the W, or get the L. That's up in the air because it's trial. But you always, as an attorney, want to get your client to settle out of court.
I mean, that makes the most sense. Again, it just doesn't make any sense for a settlement where it looks like one side is admitting fault, but it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't make any sense that her saying that he was right and she was wrong would be precedent that could be used in court. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, it might be an argument that could be used in Denham's case, but it's not precedent.
Ava's low.
It could be like, and because I'm pretty, hold on, let me.
I can turn you up.
I'm pretty sure I can turn myself up too on voice and video. Yeah, hold on. That should be better.
Yes.
Okay, so I forgot what we were talking about.
We were just talking about how it can't really count as precedent, but some people might try to use it as an argument.
So what'll happen, because I'm fairly certain, I'm like 70% certain that Frogan's gonna also settle. I know Denham's is apparently dedicated to fighting, but you could have Ethan Klein's lawyers make an argument that, hey, the other parties named in these lawsuits and these copyright infractions have admitted to fault, have said this was wrong and stuff. Now, the judge and jury may or may not take that into consideration, but it is an argument I imagine Ethan Klein's lawyers could make.
It's a good argument.
It's precedent, though.
It's a good argument.
Your Honor, she's just really fucking stupid. Can you just...
Your Honor, I'm gonna be honest.
My case is she's just really fucking
retarded.
dumb.
I agree. I think that's the only place it could be used is if he gets two of them to settle and then Denham's goes to court. He could say she's the only one that's not choosing to settle. Although look at these other two, they decided to settle, and I feel like I don't think that would be like an instant win, but it would definitely sway the judge. I would say probably. Your Honor, she's having a woman moment.
I wouldn't say sway. It would just be one of the considerations, and of course, it would be the defendant's or respondent's case. In this case, Denham's and or Frogan, if Frogan decides to actually fight. Again, I don't think she will. She's been remarkably quiet, which means that I think she has a good lawyer who has advised her well, and I imagine they're just hammering out the details of the settlement.
I would say probably
As for Denham's, she's making a lot of noise, but honestly, I think it's a game of chicken, and I don't know that she has the dedication to win this game of chicken.
I don't know. I heard rumors that apparently they all have similar lawyers or like the same lawyers. I have no idea.
They did start out with all the same lawyer, but again, if that's the case, if they all have the same lawyer, if Kaceytron has settled, doesn't matter. That's not a conflict anymore between Frogan and Denham's. If Denham's really wants to fight and push, the lawyers are ultimately going to have to, fight it out in court because, beyond demanding something illegal of you, you really have to go with what your client asks. And if your client really wants to fucking fight and not settle, God damn it, well, here we are, we have to go to court.
It's just like, all right, you're paying me.
Just, your life as a lawyer. Exactly, you're paying me, I'm charging $900 an hour. But, okay,
Please
fine,
God,
let's
let
take
this
to
be
court.
funny.
If
Let this be
Denham's
true,
is
it'd be
really
so
that
fucking
petty.
funny.
That's fair. That's fair. I appreciate you giving the comment.
The Timmy Turner meme.
Because I know
Please let this happen.
Some
so fucking funny.
Some people were just like, "Oh, this is gonna set precedent." It's like, no, it really is not. There's no way.
No, it doesn't set precedent.
No.
I mean, again, the most you could say is Ethan's lawyers might make a reference to these settlements, unless in the settlement, there's like terms that, oh, this can't be used as, you know, an argument. That sometimes happens, but again, I would actually have to like know the terms of the settlement, and that's not something we get to know.
Yeah.
Because it was out of court.
Of course. Which is ultimately the best, in my personal opinion.
So you heard it here, Denims. Fucking settle. Or just be infinitely more entertainment for the next year because you decide to be fucking a dumb woman and challenge Ethan Klein in court.
Don't get that.
It's not, well, she didn't challenge.
She's choosing to
not challenge, but fighting it out in court.
She blatantly stated malicious intent to infringe on Ethan Klein's copyrighted work.
Yeah.
And what's more amazing, and people keep calling a trap, again, entrapment really only exists in terms of like law enforcement and stuff like that. There's no civil tort for fucking entrapment. But what you could say is Ethan Klein was extremely smart in registering his copyrighted work with the Library of Congress. That entitles him to more damages than he otherwise would get with a typical copyright suit.
Yeah. Those low tops are going to disappear. Oh, gosh, damn it, chat. Anyway.
Your Honor, I would like to say is that my opponent does OnlyFans. Please please judge rule in our favor.
Anyway, I think we can fit. Well, I'm done reading her statement, and honestly, what I want to do now is I want to listen to Hassan's reaction to this, because Hassan had a funny reaction to this, and then we can move on from the Hassan, Kaceytron, Ethan Klein stuff.
Okay, well, I've answered the legal question, so I'm gonna duck out.
All right.
Watching some Walking Dead.
Yep.
Sounds good. You have a good one, all right?
Okay.
All right, you guys have a good one, chat.
Peace. Okay. So Hassan had a reaction to this that was I heard it was funny. I heard it was silly, but you know, we're gonna listen to it. This was apparently his reaction to learning that he was referenced in the settlement. He already looks upset, by the way. Also, I think he's in Ireland right now. I think he's decided to jump from China to Ireland now. So, Denims isn't intelligent enough. No, don't say that. That's very mean of you, chat. I'm a nobody to Denims, all right? So I don't really care. I think we're just like saying it to say it. You know, we're speaking to the wind, which is fine with me.
Are you telling me you haven't been blocked by both her accounts?
I have not, actually. I'm not really trying. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that only block me because my existence is suffering to them. There's other people where it's just like, I don't talk to them, and I know they won't block me because I don't talk to them. You know?
Fair.
Anyway, let's watch this. Does Hassan have property in Ireland? I think he's just visiting people.
The Kleins made Kaceytron apologize and say stuff about you.
My gosh, is this man like eating something? He's like drunk.
He's
and
always
eating. I legitimately feel grossed out listening to him right now. Like after I started noticing how people sound when they eat. That's rich coming from somebody that also eats during stream. But bro, please, can you chew and swallow before you talk?
Oh, awesome. Is she done? Is it over? Will she no longer be haunted by the H3H3 podcast? Right. I hope she said I suck. I don't give a shit. She settled and threw you under the bus, kind of? What do you mean? Under what bus? Something about your indifference, but whatever. We shouldn't talk about this, to be honest. No, great. She should have went harder. I want this legal bullying to end. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me.
She's kicked out of the camp, by the way, chat. He won't say it, but she's kicked out of the camp.
Yep. She has escaped Hassan's orbit.
Pretty much.
Or has been ejected from Hassan's orbit.
Oh, brutal.
If it's gonna get Ethan
Reached escape velocity.
Go ahead. You think I give a shit? She said she had to say you said you will help, but did not help at all, and just use it to make yourself popular. That's what they demanded in the settlement. That's so fucking sad. But hey, yeah, no, that's right. I'm a bad person. You can say whatever.
Are you gonna say yes? I didn't actually help her. Yes, I didn't actually offer her money. Oh, if he doesn't actually admit that yes, he didn't offer her money, that I know his audience doesn't care, but I care.
The fuck you want about how much of a fucking douchebag I am, how much you hate me in your settlement negotiations. If Ethan Klein is up your asshole, crawling up your asshole, hell yeah. See, I'm a...
Oh.
You think I give a shit? What are you, crazy? I want this insane torment to end. If you are getting your rocks off of basically trying to bankrupt a random person
The more this guy gets clowned on, the more unhinged he gets.
Yeah, it very much so. Recently, he came out and admitted that the content nuke kind of like hurt him because a lot of left-leaning people don't want to talk to him anymore, which is kind of funny. But
it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he just does not want to. I don't know. I think his whole thing now is he knows that the only prominence he has is when he's kind of like in drama, which is why I feel like he does this sometimes, which is also, by the way, very depressing. But
yeah,
it's whatever.
I can't imagine being a content creator who just like exists to fucking constantly, you know, be made fun of like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like at that point, it's just like, okay, that's your only relevance, dude. The minute that people stop supporting you, you're gone.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Might become homeless.
Careful, Akko, he doesn't like to be called fat. He also doesn't like to be told that his head is tiny, but...
And you make them shoot an ISIS-style hostage video in the process of mediating?
That's okay. So that's one thing that I think is so retarded. The people are... Whenever people can't like relate something to get shock value, they're just going to go back to saying, oh my gosh, it's this, and this. Like a lot of people on the H3 Snark subreddit, like I read some of their replies. I'm not going to bring any of them up because unfortunately I couldn't find them today. It might have been removed. But a lot of people are saying that she was basically doing an ISIS video, of ISIS beheading video. And it's just like, no, that's what you do when you lose a lawsuit. They can ask you to say things. And as long as you're not lying, like they can ask you to do that. That's like a condition for you not being sued. It's just, so many people need to go out and touch grass. Like Hassan touches grass a lot, probably more than me sometimes. But like he touches it, and yet he doesn't touch grass because he sounds like such a fucking moron. It's just like, how can you touch grass?
The wrong kind of grass.
Very true. How can you touch grass and yet still not be a normal human being? Is my question, because this is just so stupid.
Some people are just perpetually lights on with nobody upstairs, no matter what. Yeah. I've seen it IRL. Like people who you will explain something to and it makes obvious sense to them, but then they're like, oh no, that's not how that works. And I'm like, I have to hold myself back because I'm at work and I don't want to call the man, retarded. But
well, thankfully I don't see a lot of that in my line of work. Most people don't talk about politics where I do my stuff. Thank you for the 10.
It's not even stuff like politics.
Octopus Mommy MILF $10. I can't remember if it Nux, Asmon or Pegasus who made the prediction, but it's something to the effect of, the minute the Gaza war ends, Hassan's going to fall apart. We're watching that in real time.
I don't know. I'm not gonna pick up that prediction. I just think that like I don't know. Again, I think the fact that so many of these people have attached themselves to a conflict that literally happens across the ocean, and most of these people won't ever like actually touch in any way, shape, or form. It's just kind of disgusting to me, And that's why I don't talk about that conflict, because I don't like politics, and I'm not really interested in getting into a conflict that I don't care about.
Yeah, like I don't care about it. It's not here, and it doesn't affect me. Why should I have an opinion on it? Like I don't give enough of a shit.
No, I don't either. I give so little of a shit that I will literally like just not bring up. The only time I will ever bring up Ethan Klein is when it's interesting or funny. Anyway, let's continue this. By the way, chat, if you haven't, please make sure to like the stream. It's very much appreciated. If we could get to 100 likes the stream, that'd be very much. I'll be very much appreciated. So, like the stream if you haven't already. Is all you got going for him? Oh yeah, it's very true. I don't know. I mean, that's probably why he's pivoting to the China grift, because like he wants to be a China boy now. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
You are one of the
And his
biggest,
first
most
outing in
pathetic
China.
Thoughts on milking farm readings? Are you talking about that female book that a lot of women are reading? I'm not a woman, so I feel like if you're asking me to read, I feel like it wouldn't be really fair to ask me to read it. Thank you, Zach X Black, for the raid. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really, because here's the thing. What kind of enjoyment would you get from listening to a guy that uses a female model read a female smut book? I listen, I used to do role play. It was kind of funny, but I feel like if I read that, it would like, I would like feel skeeved out. I don't know. I've not really, the closest I've gotten to reading female smut is again through role play, and some of it was just like, you're into what? That's kind of, and I thought I was weird.
Just sounds like you just need to get Lumi to talk about it then.
Not stopped Lum from forcing Arch to read it. Yeah, but Arch can make money off of it. I'm not interested in asking people to pay me to read that. Okay. All right. I mean, like, if people really want me to make a goal for that, all right.
Female smut
guess.
books by Octo.
I guess. I'm asking for your thoughts on it. Okay. My thoughts on it? I've not read any bit of it, honestly. I have just seen the memes that come from Lumi and Amal being forced to read it. If you want me to be completely honest, it sounds like a very poor quality female smut book. You know? That's my thought process. It just sounds like a very weak female smut novel, you know? I don't know what else I could really say about it, honestly. It just never really sounded that interesting to me. But then again, I'm not a real woman.
Yeah, as not womb havers.
Yes.
We don't really have an opinion on it because this does not interest us.
An average smut
slightest.
book. Yes. I would say yes, chat. I would say yes, chat. Anyway, let's thank you for the super chat though. I appreciate it.
Losers of all fucking time, torturing small streamers like the absolute loser that you are. Congratulations, you got your fucking legally mandated, court mandated apology, and it wasn't even to serve any sort of
that she would not have had to do, Hassan, if she didn't do what she did. I just like, you have to ask, or I have to ask, like, do some of these people legitimately not understand how a legal process works? Or thank you for the follow.
No, they watched CSI and fucking all those other court drama shows and went, "Oh, that's how court and law works."
I hope not. I legitimately hope
that's all
not.
they did. And I'm sure that's what they did.
But like, I listened to how Hassan talks about it, and I'm just like, I like, do you just not know how the real world works? Because again, like, shut in, homeschooled, never went to public school, went to church. That's about as close as I got to going outside. All right. I understand how a lot of this stuff works. And I'm going to be honest, it's because I decided to learn it on my own. How are so many of these people, how do they not understand how real life works? It makes no fucking sense to me. Like, I think about Hassan. I think about fucking QT Cinderella that like bawled her eyes out because she doesn't really know how insurance works. Like, I listen to some of these people that make way more money than I will make in a long time, and I'm just like, why is it that the person that is somewhat learned in life, not like smart, because I'm not a smart individual, I'm learning a lot as I go, but why is it that I get to be burdened, all right, and these people get free money? That just like sounds like ass backwards to me, but you know, whatever.
It's because most of these people survive on their looks and like fucking very one-dimensional aspects of them.
I guess
they're not smart people.
I guess. Hi, Mom. What's up? Carl wrote a book about this. Who? You talk about Carl Jobst? Oh gosh. Anyway, women are very horny creatures. They are. Yes, they are. They are. They are.
I swear
Anyway.
the next comment's gonna be Karl Marx. Watch.
If it is actually Karl Marx, I'm gonna die laughing. But,
It's just the Communist Manifesto.
listen, it could be Karl Jobs or Karl Marx. Either way, I think either one is kind of retarded for writing about it. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Justice whatsoever. It was because you had a lot of fucking money. No, you're in the right, dude. Everybody knows that's what real winners do. I mean, I don't think a single person that looks at this statement is going to be like, wow, this is a sincerely written apology. If anyone actually looks at any of those statements,
Well, yeah, they're not looking at it as they're looking at it as a she was asked to say this so that she doesn't like go through generational debt. Are you stupid? Nobody is looking at this and saying that this was sincere. This is her being absolved of the legal liability of what she did. There's nothing more that really needs to be said about this. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, this is the man who's never had to suffer or be worry about whether or not he's gonna have to eat or pay for a bill. So he doesn't get it. He doesn't get what it's like, especially since if he was getting sued, he would have the money to fight it and continue to fight it, not have to settle.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's Karl
So it's
Marx.
very funny that he decided not to give any of those three women any money.
It is kind of funny, not gonna lie.
whatsoever, and turns around and says, wow, justice has been served here. They're already a fucking loser too. I'm glad that Kaceytron no longer has to deal with this fucking nightmare.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Is he high or something? This dude looks like
I swear he's always high.
Either he's out of it or he just doesn't fucking care.
I have no idea. I'll be honest, he just always sounds high. Not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
Hassan thinks having 60K salary is poor. Unironically, apparently, I saw this on Kirsch's channel here. Let me see, or her page, where she retweeted it. Apparently, if you make under 100 grand, oh, there it is. There it is. Let me bring this up for you, chat. I don't know how true this is. And there's a lot of individual factors that go into what you make versus how you live and all that kind of stuff. Apparently, this is like how much money you need to be considered middle class these days. Which, that's kind of insane. My family wasn't rich. They also weren't poor, and I always considered my family to be somewhat lower end middle class. But I don't think we ever made 100 grand a year. But like seeing that middle class is considered between $150,000 to $250,000 is like, oh.
Hold on a second. That sounds fucking.
I don't know how true this is.
I need to do some math here.
I don't know how true this is.
Yeah, no, it's like even that's fucking, that doesn't make any sense either. Like my dad's a nurse. He makes something like 96 an hour, and even then that would only come up to what, like 173,000 a year.
Yeah,
we live in a big home and have a lot of shit.
That's fair.
So it's just like 277. I mean, my dad's made that before when he used to do a lot of overtime, but are you telling me every nurse is considered poor?
How do they define living comfortably? I have no idea how you define it. Let's see. The replies say a smart asset studied how much families need to live a normal life in every U.S. state, covering needs, wants, and saving 20%. So this is all of the needs, like essentials, not counting all the fun stuff like Disneyland. All of the wants, like Disneyland, and then saving 20%. I guess if you knocked out the wants and just kept it to needs, it probably would be lower. But like, if you think about it, yeah, it makes sense that middle class is being able to have your needs as well, or your wants in addition to your needs, I guess. This is, I don't know, this is kind of crazy. And again, I don't think this is every use case scenario. Because, you know, there are some people that are going to have cheaper rent based off of their circumstances, but this is just based off of, allegedly, people that, the normal, everyday person. You, Disneyland, can cut that out.
Especially
Listen, Disneyland was just the first thing I thought of.
Like California.
Because my mom took us to Disneyland a couple of times before it truly started sucking. Just the first thought that came to mind. If I make 80K and I'm not middle class, well, damn. Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm a little bit above the 60. I'm at like 65 a year. But
if I combine YouTube and my normal job, I would probably be around there. Probably. If I don't combine YouTube, I would be a lot lower. But still, you know, for me... Oop, got my phone there. Sorry, my phone's in my hand because I'm just thinking. For me, like, I would not really consider 100K for me to be middle class. I would consider anything above 60 to be middle class for me. Because for me, I mean, you know, I'm a single guy, but eventually I'm going to have a partner. And I've already done a lot of the math for it. Even with 60, I could probably still consider myself middle class because I know a lot of ways to save. I know, like, I don't eat out a lot. And I still have a lot of wants that I can fulfill on my own. I can occasionally go to the movies. I can occasionally go out somewhere nice to eat. It's just,
yeah,
I don't do all that stuff a lot, and I know where to save and I know where to stop, you know. But I don't know.
It's like even on mine, even on my salary, I still, you know, pay for my. Thank God I have my car paid off.
That's
but
good.
I have I pay part of rent, bill, like auto insurance, phone, some of my other credit card bills, and then I still have enough money to fucking buy, you know, my interest is guitars and PC parts. I can still afford a bunch of guitars.
Mm-hmm. Those are your wants.
Yeah.
Are they counting the price of DoorDash?
The thing that I've been spending fucking 20-something years playing.
Maybe they are counting the price of DoorDash. I don't know.
They have to be. I know in California specifically, it'd be also dependent on the area, because I know like the Bay Area, Southern California, those are really expensive to live in.
Pretty much. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the last big thing I have for the night, chat. It's more React Slappa. However, before we do that, I do need to use the restroom again because I have taken in a lot of fluids while talking here. So give me 2 to 3 minutes, and then when we get back, we're going to be talking about the quartering and how the quartering is complaining again. And I kind of wanted to laugh at it because, and this is an older video, but we are going to watch one of his newer videos as well. But I just wanted to laugh at it because I thought it was, I just think it's funny. And I wanted to kind of like have a dialogue about it, about how the quartering is saying that there's no more money in YouTube. And I kind of disagree. But we'll have that conversation when I get back from the restroom. So give me 2 to 3 minutes, chat. I'll be right back. And I think Hurtbox will sit here and not throw slurs out while I'm gone.
I will be here for a little bit longer. I do got to get ready for work in like 20-ish minutes.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be back soon then.
But I promise not to slur that much. All right, chat. What's your favorite slur?
Hurtbox might not slur at you, chat, but I will.
You came in just as I was asking them what their favorite slurs are.
Me, I've got a new favorite. You heard of pavement ape yet?
Did you just say pavement ape?
Pavement ape.
No, this is the first I've heard.
It's a good one, man. It's a fun one. I heard that one recently on somebody's like podcast or talk show, whatever the fuck. It was about some like, I think it was like grade schoolers, like late grade schoolers that ended up like beating up a mom and her kid.
Oh god!
Just attacked them in the street. And yeah, there was an especially incensed like I don't know.
Oh yeah, you are very windy.
About it.
Huh?
You are very windy.
Windy? Yeah.
Some background noise.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. I might need to fuck about with my settings a bit because I did just get back. Oh, you know what? No, I did this.
I still think probably the funniest.
How about that?
I still think yeah, that's better.
Hooray.
No, I still think probably the funniest one was what my friend sent me. He was like, one of my friends came up with a new slur for robots, and it was first time I'd heard it, and it was Gigabot. He sent that to me, and I'm like, good fucking god, I've never heard that one. That's great.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm a fan of that too, honestly. That's pretty good.
It was.
That's rather strong, in my opinion. Jazz is just running an air compressor in the background. No, guys.
HP Omen.
I had the wrong mic input on because I just got home from my long trip, and I was using different options to do calls here and there with friends while I was away.
Oh my goodness!
But now I'm back, and I got my microphone, my good microphone, all set up again. Everything's all back in place here in the Jazz setup, and yeah, everything is good now.
Well, hello there.
Yep.
Oh, hello, Occo.
How you doing?
I'm pretty all right. You know, I just got back today from South Carolina. You know, got to visit the folks. We enjoyed a nice little Thanksgiving. You know, and my pops, he took me out to the shooting range, and I fired a gun for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
What gun did you fire?
More kick than I thought there would be. You know, I honestly don't remember. But there was like 3 different handguns that he had on hand.
Oh, okay, the handgun. All right.
Yeah, just some handguns. And yeah, I feel like it went pretty well. Turns out I've got decent aim, so that's nice. You know, I think I still prefer, you know, good old sin and punishment. Chat, that's what I call my fists. Yeah. No, it's not what I call my fists, but it should be what I call my fists because it sounds cool.
Yeah. Are they legal weapons or something?
I mean, not particularly, not on record. I could hurt someone significantly with them, though.
Okay.
I do know how to throw a pretty good punch. But yeah, firing a gun's pretty cool, though. Except for the part where you have to reload, because then I guess you gotta put all the bullets in there one by one again, and then you're just sitting there doing that between actually shooting the gun, which is of course the fun part of it, right? So yeah, in general, pretty good time though. Yeah, very interesting experience.
Yep, I remember my first time shooting stuff with actual kickback. I was not ready for it. I was like 13 at the time, and we're out camping, and my cousin's buddy has a 357. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna fire it. My arms stretched out completely, aiming at something, and my it goes right up into the air. Like my arms go straight up after firing it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't lose handle of the gun, but I was like, fuck.
Guy, huh?
I was like 13, yeah.
Fire the gun with one hand. Oh, you dumb bitch.
Oh no, I had both. They were just outstretched. There was no break or anything. Just straight locked elbows.
Oh, yeah, that probably fucking hurt a bit, yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
I was not ready for the 357's kickback.
Yeah.
Because back then I'd only shot a 22.
I need to go to the range more, but I've definitely shot in a couple of pistols, and I think I've shot in an Armalite-like weapon before.
Shot.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm a lot better now. I know how.
You want it.
Have a good evening,
but
Nico.
No, I'm a lot better now. I've shot more higher round weapons, and I know how to hold the gun proper instead of just outstretched.
Nice. Good shit, bro. Good shit. Yeah, good times. Lots of fun to be had over in South Carolina for a bit, yeah?
I believe it.
Also, hello, Internet Master. What's up, buddy? Hello, everybody.
Well,
hi, chat. Good to see you guys.
So, what we have for the rest of the night, probably only going to do one video out of the 2 I was thinking of. You guys remember the quartering, right?
Vaguely.
I can't remember
I've heard the
if
name.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you were there, Jazz, when I talked about him last. The thing with the quartering is he is a political / pop culture commentator. He's kind of like Smash JT, Hypnotic, and a lot of the other guys. The problem with Quarter Pounder or Quartering is he is the lowest form of slop that you can possibly have. Like with a lot of the other guys I just mentioned, a lot of them are a little bit more high quality and get a little bit more traction. But with the quartering, the problem with him is he has been the same for like the last 10 to 15 years with everything that he's done. He's never innovated, never done anything different. And recently he's done this thing where he likes to beg for money a lot. Now, don't get me wrong here. If you just want to say, hey, if my chat likes what I'm doing, they can support me, however they want. But the quartering does this thing where he has this like cycle where he will say that YouTube is harming him or his business is being harmed by YouTube. He will introduce a grift by saying you need to become a member on this content that I have, and I will make exclusive content for this website or this thing I am making. And then 3 months later, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't do anything, and it's been abandoned. He does it a lot.
Okay, I was about to say, it sounds like he was just fucking copying DSP.
I think the big difference between him and DSP is DSP doesn't cover politics. I unironically think DSP would make more money if he gave his opinions on politics like Asmongold does.
Oh, he tried. He tried for a little bit. That
I
didn't
know.
work out very well 'cause he's fucking stupid.
But yeah, he can't because he's not the kind of guy to give his opinions. Because like I even remember when like he and Asmongold like were like briefly like brushing like between each other. Some of the people some of the things where people were just like, oh, he could like copy Asmongold, and it's just like he can't really copy Asmongold because Asmongold talks about things that DSP doesn't have opinions on and can't have opinions on because he doesn't have opinions.
Pretty much.
That is rough.
He's a bum. He's broke. His wife loves the sky. Yeah, that's right. There's a rumor that so he owns a lot of planes. The quartering, and one of the jokes is that his one of his pilots is a black man that his wife is secretly having sex with. It's like it's not like confirmed. It's just like something that allegedly people joke about him doing.
Much like how people think DSP's wife has a black boyfriend.
I don't know why it's always black. It's a funny joke, but I don't know why.
I think it just kind of plays into like the blacked. Like
I guess it's just like, listen, it kind of gets overused, I guess. Can't we have a funnier one? Can we have an Italian boyfriend with some of these women?
I'm sorry, Akko. Black people are the funniest.
I mean, that's fair. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you.
It's because his wife is fat, and the stereotype there.
Yes, I know the stereotype there as well. Yes, I know. What I'm
they also call him Tyrone, falling more into that stereotype.
Thank you for changing the Yippie's batteries. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Thank you, Internet Chat.
Has entered his Boulder Boy / turn off that pesky ad block / mundane Matt Arc. Only so.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
If you know who I mean, congratulations. You've achieved dunk status.
I definitely know who you're talking about. I was listening to people that were talking about Mundane Matt and how the quartering was in that as well. The thing about the quartering is he's been around forever, and everybody just kind of tolerates him until they don't anymore. And right now, within the last couple of months, he's just been saying how YouTube is dying, how YouTube is killing all of its creators, and YouTube is not making any money for people. Now, I will say, YouTube recently has made some stupid choices, in my personal opinion, with their type of moderation. Their AI moderation has gotten to the point where some people, it sounds like, are being banned for no reason at all. Some of the videos, I read the title and it's just I don't agree that they were banned, but I understand why the AI banned you, if that makes sense. Some people were making, they were talking about hacking or just how to avoid getting hacked or some shit like that. And it's just I think that's a good video. I haven't watched it, but I would assume it's a good video. But I understand why the AI itself thinks that it's a bad video. So it's just YouTube has had some fumbles with channels. But the quartering's whole deal is he's coming out and saying that YouTube is killing him off and killing a lot of creators off.
Hashtag, free Taiga and all that.
Well, that's a bit of a different case. But like,
it's a bit different, but still.
It's like when I think of people that actually were harmed by YouTube's services, I don't think of the Quartering, who has never innovated in his channel's career, and whenever he tries, it fails spectacularly. I think about people like Taiga or people on YouTube that actually were removed for frivolous reasons, and then YouTube has to come out and say, "We are so sorry that this happened. We will restore your channel." But like the thing that I think some other people forget is this isn't the first time, and it's definitely not gonna be the last time the Quartering says that YouTube is killing killing itself or ending the jobs of many creators. I know that he did this a couple of years ago when Shorts first came out. Then I know he did it a couple of years before that when he wanted to talk about COVID, and it's just like he is always on this YouTube is dying, YouTube is dying, YouTube is dying. And in my personal opinion, yes, YouTube is making mistakes. However, YouTube is also like in a renaissance, and some creators, not AI creators, all right? Not AI creators, but some creators are still making banger videos that get banger views, and they are able to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's just with him, the problem is he's a slop tuber, and I'm gonna be real with you. As a drama creator, as if I put out a lot of videos, and sometimes I do, you can consider me a slop tuber as well. It's just you can be a slop tuber, and it will probably be okay. There's a lot of VTubers that do it, and they're fine. The thing is, are you entertaining or are you worth watching over another person? And the answer is, with the Quartering, the guy that has literally 2 million, oh wow, he lost subscribers last time I checked. The guy that has 2 million subs, he's just not that interesting. He's just not interesting. Like, he will occasionally hit a banger when he talks about Carmelo Anthony. By the way, Carmelo Anthony, he did a video on Carmelo Anthony every single day for like a month straight, basically. And he'll occasionally get bangers with other topics, but like most of his videos are like, I mean, like some of his older ones still get over 100K views, but like his videos don't hit as often as they used to. And he complains about it a lot, basically.
They don't hit like the greatest series on YouTube.
No. So what we're going to do is this video here, it's a 15-minute long video. We're going to watch it, and while we watch it, I'll play Minecraft. It's my
waves, so
my
fair enough.
Minecraft video for the rest of the evening. Oop, didn't mean to do that. And we're going to talk about it. And I know that Herbox, you have to go at some point. You are more than welcome to jump at it any time. I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Stay forever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like less than an hour is work. Thank God I live 10 minutes away from work.
Well, that's good. That's good. Kazahana over a Quartering when it comes to slop tuber. Ooh, you know what? Chat, we're gonna make a poll. We're gonna end the other poll. Thank you for voting in that other poll. We're gonna start a new poll.
Wow, perfectly split down the middle between fighting and settling.
All right, there you go. Vote. There's a third option as well if you feel like voting for the third option. But there you go, chat. Vote. Tell me what you would prefer, Kazahana or Quartering. All right. Let's get started, chat. This video is called YouTube Revenue Collapses, Creators Panic, and the reason is clear.
There's been a lot of talk among...
Huh?
So what's happening with Kazahana?
Nothing. I'm just asking if people would prefer Kazahana over the Quartering.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically.
Yeah, I would.
Fair enough.
Creators quietly that things on YouTube aren't going very well. Basically, especially in this space. Now, I won't share like who said what to me behind the scenes, but I will share.
Okay, bro. Immediately. Sorry. I'm just like, he comes out of the gate. Huh?
The voice is in my head.
Open.
Oh,
My bad.
do I need to restart it? I'll restart it. We'll restart it here.
Voices in my head. The voices in my head are telling me.
I'd say Kazahana's automatically worse because he's Brit Bong. Fair.
Among creators quietly that things on YouTube aren't going very well. Basically, especially in this space. Now, I won't share like who said what to me behind the scenes, but I will share.
So he starts off the video by saying, I know creators. I know creators who have told me that YouTube is dying. I'm not going to say who, but there are creators behind the scenes who have told me that YouTube is dying. I don't believe that. All right, I don't believe that. Now I do believe he brings up names later of actual people who brought up like ire, but I don't believe that he's like, oh, people behind the scenes, they're all worried about YouTube. Now I will be fair. Some people are worried about YouTube for a multitude of reasons, but I feel like I just don't like how he's approaching there are people behind the scenes and they're all afraid of what's happening with YouTube, and it's just like, broski, nah, I don't really like or appreciate or believe what you're doing here, man. So can you please like get real with it or just shut up? Because like right now, the only guy that's kind of like struggling or isn't having the same tide as he used to is the quartering. Because he used to have way more views and it's just been going down slowly. And like, yeah. Came to me in a dream. It was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
Kind of what everyone's seeing. And also,
this quarter pounder was promised to me 3,000 years ago.
Yes, it was. I'm going to go get it for lunch tomorrow. Dying not so much, but too much slop. And the weird new AI features like AI dubbing. Kick looks more tempting. Oh, again, I won't lie that I'm not a big fan of all of the AI things that are coming around. Like, YouTube lets you now make videos with AI, which is kind of weird. But again, I think that if you want to talk about long form content creators that are doing, there's a lot of long form content creators that are doing good. I think Wendigoon is still doing pretty good himself.
I checked on his channel in a minute. I should do that.
You know, I
like Wendigoon. I will say I very much have been enjoying these clips that have been coming out of the new like AI voice acting localizations for some of these animes.
Well, that's a little different. All right, that's a little different.
Comedy.
Okay,
it's actually funny. Yeah, it's very
So-
fucking funny.
It's really funny. It's so hilarious.
Wendigoon produced a new video, and it's almost at 1 million views. I bet you it'll hit 1 million views in a couple of days. But like Wendigoon, the terrifying ARG in a haunted YouTube channel. I should listen to that. I like ARGs; those are pretty cool.
Yeah, at work I've been doing that. I fucking just put on like people talking about the different ARGs, fucking Gemini home entertainment shit, and
yeah,
the fucking it's just fun to listen to.
I forgot he made a video on Petscop because fucking what's his face would never make another one. Yeah, Pyrocynical never finished it, so he made a Petscop video.
When's Petscop 2?
That video got almost 5 million views. It deserves more views than that. Yeah, it's just like the quartering is like, oh, YouTube is dying and killing off its creators. I disagree. Like again, slop content creators will always have a struggle, all right, because they always have to keep pivoting and doing something different. But if you got somebody like Wendigoon, I would say that he's doing pretty well. I don't trust a lot of these stats, I'm going to be honest with you, except for maybe that one. But like, I think Wendigoon's doing pretty good, you know? And
yeah, you either have to pivot to something else to continue relevancy, or you have to fill a very specific niche.
And I think he fills a niche. He fills a void that a lot of people like. Granted, there's a lot of people that also do this, but I don't think there is quite somebody like him that does this. So I think Wendigoon's, you know, I like him. I like Wendigoon. But what I'm trying to say here is just that, like, the idea that YouTube is dying, I wholeheartedly disagree. And right now, a lot of the people that are like falling along the same lines as the quartering when talking about this, like, I have to ask how similar they are to the quartering and how similar they are to what he does. and whether or not they actually are doing something unique or different, you know? Because, like, hell, again, I'll even take myself, for example, or just like drama channels or clip channels, for example. If you are a clip channel, inherently that is a little bit on the slop train, in my personal opinion. I'm not going to deny it as just how it is. If your clips are good and people want to watch them and it provides something that not a lot of other places will have, it doesn't matter if it's slop because it's still something that people are interested in. So it's just like with the quartering, the guy that uploads 5 to 10 videos every single day, not 5 to 10, excuse me, it's like 1 to 5 videos every single day. Like, I feel like people would watch his videos more if they weren't so bad. and maybe that's rich coming from me, but I just like I listen to his videos. I'm like, man, this is so boring. I really don't like this.
There's a reason why people are listening more to fucking like Pegasus and stuff.
Oh gosh, I can't stand Pegasus, but I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why. Is that he condenses all the topics into one video, and like while his voice may be pitchy and annoying, it's just he tries to make it entertaining. Whereas this is the most of a quartering video I've ever watched, and I'm like, is this guy fucking on something?
He might be. I have no idea. Wendigoon, you get 3 flavors of content: horror, conspiracies, and religion. A little something for everyone. It's true. That's true. But anyway, again, my whole thought process is just I don't believe that YouTube is dying. I just think that there are some creators that don't adapt to how YouTube is changing, or they aren't really solidified in something and they don't have an audience that sticks around for them.
Pretty much.
I don't know, am I wrong? I'm welcome to be wrong, but like, even though I'm not... Oh, go ahead.
I think I'm with you on that one. Is it? I would say that maybe the golden age, quote unquote, of YouTube may have kind of like petered off for a lot of people, but you know, I mean, it still works out for those who are willing and able to be both consistent and, you know, genuinely entertaining.
No, yeah, and I would say that like if you're talking about a quote unquote golden age of YouTube as a whole, I really don't like think that like there is obviously ages where YouTube has been better and worse, but I don't think that there's like a definable golden age of YouTube. I think that like every content creator has a golden age or like an age that is like their best. I think YouTube as a whole has gone through ebbs and flows. There's been times when it's been better, times when it's been worse. But I think overall, I wouldn't assign a specific, because I don't think every creator can say that they matched a specific point as like a golden age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and that's totally fair. Because like I can think of maybe a couple of people here and there who have just recently, like within recent months, managed to gain like incredible followings, even in this age of YouTube. Like I think of like Fleekazoid, right? Like I came out of nowhere. Like I don't know, about a year ago, and like he's grown like crazy because his videos are hilarious.
Yeah.
So
I'll even push with VTubers, because a lot of VTubers grow massively, even just this year. Even though I may have reserved opinions on some creators, there's a lot of creators that came up this year, some of it through controversy, that stuck around, and they weren't here during the golden age. So,
right.
I don't know. I just don't believe that. I just don't think that. Thank you for changing the Yippie's batteries.
Internet's and Master 8952 donated $10
I absolutely get it. I get what you're saying, though, for sure.
Last I checked, even mundane Matt /
And I think you're making a lot of sense there, Rocco. I think you got a good handle on this whole thing.
Yeah.
I really do.
Relevant now. The fact Jeremy never changed is, as the kids say, a skill issue.
Well, I don't think Jeremy changed because he has no. He for the longest time didn't have a reason to change. Because and this is something that like I agree with, kind of like the opinion of like people like the casino when they bring this up. Jeremy from the quartering is and will continue to be as milquetoast as they come in terms of his opinions. He was more left leaning when it was convenient for him. Now he's more right leaning because it's convenient for him. And he's never really changed what he's done. He's had other channels that did other things, but he's never really like tried something different and stuck to it. What happens is if it doesn't work for him, he just walks away from it really quickly.
That would explain why I never fucking watched any of this guy's videos, aside from like whatever pops up as a fucking clip.
I'm willing
I've
to
just
admit
never
this.
liked him. It's just
Yeah, I'm willing to admit this. I watched him kind of off and on as in my young adult years, and I started to recognize that watching him made me more pissed off, and I started to realize just how grifty he felt, if that makes sense. Because like there's like points where I'm like, hang on a moment, this just doesn't fit. This doesn't really work for things like you.
Right.
Yeah, like there were again, I started to notice, hang on a moment, he's been saying YouTube has been dying for years. And even though there's problems, YouTube is not dying or going anywhere anytime soon. And there's proof that he's just like fucking retarded and wrong. So I think I got to a point where I was just like, I don't trust you. And now I think you're kind of funny and worth making fun of. I used him as text to speech. Oh, that's brutal. That's very brutal, chat. But I see what you mean there.
You either die the base Chad or live long enough to see yourself become the fucking lol cow.
Yeah. He showed himself being too grifty.
Or even worse, become irrelevant.
I think he's
Yeah,
doing
I
all that he
suppose that's
can
true.
to avoid becoming irrelevant, honestly.
Yeah. But I will say is that I am going to jump off now.
Oh, fair enough. Gotta get going.
Have fun with the rest of your night.
Sounds good. We're gonna be done here in about half an hour or so. But you have a good one.
If I didn't have to start work in like 30 minutes, then I would stay.
You're good.
Yeah, have fun with the rest of the quarter pounder.
For
Yep,
sure, for
see you
sure.
later.
Have a good one.
I had a
Bye,
funny
chat.
thought.
What'd
I
you
had a
say?
funny thought with that last thing Hurtbox said. 'Cause,
Oh.
like worse is like becoming irrelevant, right? And it's like I just think of that bit from Monsters Inc. It's like I'll launch 1,000 lolcow react videos before
my
I let
gosh.
this YouTube channel die.
That's basically it with the quartering. Yes, he will do that. Granted, he won't do lol cows, but he'll that's exactly how it is with him. He will do 1,000
Well, no,
videos
I'm
on
saying
Charlie Kirk before he lets his channel die.
I'm saying that he will launch other people's reactions to him being a lolcow. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Did I give up on
It's hard to
Warframe?
phrase it while still like fitting it within the meme template. You know?
Yeah. I did not give up on Warframe. Warframe is just a mood, and it is not a mood I have right now. I will probably play the new update on the 10th, but right now I'm just like not playing Warframe.
I still need to go back and finish up with 1980 whatever.
19.
Fuck it.
Yeah. 1999.
I need to get the true ending of that still, because is that still like the most recent story thing?
I think so. I think so. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Because I haven't checked in on Warframe in a minute either, so I might need to go in and check and make sure that I'm all caught up before this new thing drops, because I want to get in
Yes.
on it too.
It comes out in 6 days.
Fucking hell! All right, wait. So the 10th is a. Could you just say the 10th, right?
Yes, sir. I think that's a
10th's
Wednesday.
a Wednesday. Cool. Yeah. I
I'll
actually
be
have
at work
day
on
off.
that day.
Ah, fuck. Well.
Okay, chat. Maybe that'll be what we play next week. On Hump Day.
Yeah, maybe after work, right?
Maybe. But anyway,
Okay, if you're
no,
down, I'm
wait.
down.
Next week is another thing. What's going on with Zentreya? You'll have to go back to the beginning of the stream, but she's getting flack for having an outfit that some people think resembles too close to some Hugo Boss, and I'm kind of just pissed off that she is choosing to relent instead of just saying "fuck you."
Yeah. I feel real bad for her, right? Because it's like, it really is the sort of situation where you really just gotta kind of tell everyone to fuck off and just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, giving it grace the way she has, like, at all. Like, she had a lot of fight in her at the start there, and then I guess they just kind of ended up wearing her down over time, and it's like, yeah, that sucks to see. It really does. Also, before we start up again, somebody, I think it was Zoog, was asking me in chat if I checked out Where Winds Meet. I have a little bit. I was a little underwhelmed with what I played, but I only played for like a couple of hours, like literally 2 hours or so. And I've been told that it gets better the more time you give to it. So I want to go back in there and give it a little more time and
Is that
see
a
what's
game?
up. Yeah, Where Winds Meet's that new fucking. You saw a game that's like looks like fucking House of Flying Daggers or whatever. It's like a free Chinese MMO.
No, you'll have to send
type
it to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll send you some gameplay or something. But I mean, you know, Asmongold was into it for a bit, and he gave it like an 8.5. So it's like, oh, really? Yeah, I guess I got to give it more time. I did find it. So I did have like this one moment near the beginning of the game that really struck me, right? Because there's this mechanic where you can like learn martial arts techniques from like the world around you, right? And there's this bit where he's like, you see a bear like trying to fucking like get some honey that's like hanging from a tree branch, and he's like clawing at the tree, right? And all of a sudden, like because he's like doing normal bear clawing at a tree motions, and all of a sudden he just starts doing like fucking katas, or he's like kung fu, and he like palm strikes the tree. Like, what the fuck is this bear? What? And then you learn Tai Chi from the bear. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. Shit's wacky, and like from some of the other clips I've seen, yeah, there's just a bunch of like wacky like Chinese humor in it that just seems really fun. So I'm gonna get to more of that stuff for sure.
Fair enough. You'll have to send it to me later. Anyway, let's continue. We're only 20 seconds into this video, and in 30 minutes I am gonna be done streaming. So
Neon, that I think is very, very good too. Neon, not that dork streamer, but Neon in our space.
Is he talking about Clownfish TV? I think he is. Clownfish TV, they're one of the guys named is Neon. And I know Neon from Clownfish TV has been talking about it too. And again, with Neon, Clownfish TV also does similar content to the Quartering.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say, and I kind of like I like Clownfish TV. I think they're cool. But I've always kind of put them in the same bracket as the Quartering, just slightly higher quality, because instead of just having a man there, there's a woman there that sometimes says fuck.
That is pretty cool.
Yes. But it's just, I'm confused if that's what he's talking about. Oh my gosh, is this a cow site? Like, that's kind of... Anyway, let's continue.
Things are not good in YouTube. Like, this is the time... So if people who watch YouTube, for example, they kind of know creators will always talk about it. Like,
a lot of creators don't really talk about it, actually. It feels like the only people that are talking about it are the ones that sometimes get left behind, or the ones that are genuinely harmed. Again, like, there's a lot of people recently, I agree, that have been genuinely harmed by YouTube, and YouTube needs to fix it. But, like, they are a minority of people that complain. I know Jeremy complains about YouTube all the fucking time, because it seems like that's half of his shtick. Imagine watching YouTube. Disgusting. I know. Why would you watch YouTube? That's very gross. Shout out to all of my Kick fans. By the way, chat, have you
Don't you mean shout out to all your Kick bots?
Have become a kicker today, chat. Follow me on Kick.
Like, do you actually get a decent viewership on Kick? Because like,
I don't. Oh, go ahead.
It just seems like Kick's nothing but bots, man.
No, it's kind of like with Twitch, where you have to know somebody to help you kind of like get started.
Okay.
Which, you know, is what it is. Yeah. But no, I have a decent audience over there. You know, without being rated, I would say I have a decent audience over there. Shout out to all the kickers with the hard R. Yes, all the kickers with the hard R.
You make your year in October, November, December, right? In most years, I make more in October, November, and December than the other 9 months combined, you know? And a lot of people are like that because advertising spend is going crazy. This year, dozens of people I talked about having the same or more views.
Okay, who?
But are making up to 40 to 50% less per month.
Who? You mentioned one person, but who are you talking about? Oh no, why did that break? Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Fuck. Okay, I'll fix that. Well, who do you know that's like suffering like that?
Or per day. The revenue stream of YouTube has completely collapsed, and I think it's mostly because they're pouring it all into shorts. They're paying less for long form videos, and everyone's running their ads in shorts right now.
I disagree with this. All right, I disagree with this. Again, like, I don't know what his CPM is. My CPM is pretty decent, and it goes up and down depending, but like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Didn't YouTube actually change some guidelines or some shit around monetization a little while back? remember hearing something about
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea.
I might be misremembering. Maybe it was Twitch that did that. I don't know.
Where's the Coffee Brand Coffee ad? Oh, well, chat. Obviously, it's in the corner. It's in the tiny little corner of the video. You can see it right here. Coffee Brand Coffee. But no, like I again, I do believe that there are people that are struggling. I just don't believe they're struggling in the way that he is saying. Why did that one die? What the fuck? Who's killing my zombies? Is it you? I know that you guys could. Oh wait, Kiwi Bird. Get new ones on the mainland. But I just don't know who he's talking about, and I wish he would elaborate other than just saying, "Oh, these people that I know," because that doesn't really work.
Help.
In fact, there was an article on
Don't forget this video is sponsored by Established Titles. Oh gosh, don't remind me.
YouTube Filter that talked about shorts is actually earning more money than long form videos right now.
I don't believe that either. I'm going to be real with you. Shorts only make you money if you get millions upon millions of views. And there are very few creators out there that are actually doing that. Everybody else is making pennies, in my personal opinion.
But that short form content does help kind of get a little more traffic heading your direction. Yeah. Short attention spans and all that.
They're putting it more in your face on YouTube, sure, but I don't think that it's like I don't think that it's getting more money via advertisers. Granted, I don't see ads on the platform or for the shorts, so I don't really know how ads work on short form content, but I just don't see how I just don't see or agree that like shorts are doing better than a lot of long form video. Again, the good long form creators will still be doing good. It's just him that I think is struggling. You know?
Well, all I mean is that I think putting out some shorts here and there every so often, like on a regular basis, does a good job of like helping you advertise yourself, like your actual channel. People can come actually like look at the videos or the streams or whatever, you know? If you got some strong shorts and funny moments, some wacky shenanigans to share, all that sort of thing.
That's fair. I prefer Cloudfish over this guy. Same.
This is an actual real problem, and you're going to see the landscape of YouTube change drastically in the next year. You know, there are layoffs. I won't say who told me about layoffs, but, you know, I had to cut back on staff. You know,
by the way, 6 months ago when I first started laughing at the quartering, he said that he like laid off 6 out of 10 people on his channel. And I'm just like, how the fuck do you cuz like I just barely started paying a guy to be my editor on a video by video basis. How the fuck do you have like 10 people on your channel? Again, this guy this guy produces videos every single day. So maybe I might be able to agree that like he has a lot of people because he makes a lot of videos. But you don't need that many people on a channel where you pump out 5 videos a day. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Granite caves. Ooh. That's cool. Sorry, I'm like trying to discover all these new biomes in Minecraft that I added in.
It's just like the instant distraction of it.
Sorry.
That's what got me.
Oh, there we go. At least Neon has a personality compared to this charisma black hole. Definitely has the mass to become one. Yeah, I think that again, what really sucks about Neon is like he kind of does a lot of the same stuff as the quartering. The only difference is that he is more enjoyable, if that makes sense. So I don't know.
It's been very real, and there's something to it.
Yeah, he doesn't have charisma. That's the problem.
Well, no, I was saying if the other guy you're mentioning has charisma.
Yeah. Neon from Clownfish TV.
That's the one, Clownfish.
Yeah, he's actually cool.
You know, you're gonna get annoyed basically over the next year. I'm gonna be pushing, hey, you know, sign up on Rumble Premium.
So, that's another thing. It's really funny. So, like a couple of months ago, when he's like, guys, I have to lay off staff, and guys, I'm gonna try and make my videos better. He came out and said, guys, I promise I won't throw in so many ads or sponsorships because you guys have told me that you hate the ads and sponsorships. And now he's coming out and saying, I'm going to have to annoy you guys with ads and sponsorships just to make ends meet.
Yeah, I feel like telling your audience that you're going to be annoying them, it just seems like a bad idea in general.
I agree. I agree. I
don't know. Like, if I were gonna go to a YouTube channel, it's like, hey, would you like to be annoyed? I'm like, maybe I'll just shop around, see what else is. Let me go see what else is on with the other like 5 million channels on this website. There's got to be something that's just entertaining without being annoying, right?
No, I agree. I think part of the problem with the quartering too is like he has so many ads in his videos that it's for a 10-minute video where he's talking about politics. I really think that he needs to tone down the amount of ads. He already has an ad for his coffee, and he has an ad for his other channels, and he like has ads from other companies and integrations from other companies. So it's just like it gets really annoying to see him like say, oh, I'll pull back, and then he's like, never mind, I'm not going to pull back because I actually need to make the money, and you guys need to pay me so that I can keep hiring my staff. Like literally, he guilt trips people saying, if you don't pay me,
fuck you, pay me.
I'm going to have to fire my staff, and my staff is going to go hungry.
Damn.
Yeah.
Premium using my promo code, or go to thequartering.com/join. Like this will be by the end of 2026.
Look at that, he's doing it again.
My members group will be probably my most important source of income. Now I should have.
Oh, and he's even admitting that his members group is where most of his income is going to come from, which is insane because he still gets millions of views on his channel every single month. So you have to wonder, if he still gets a lot of views, where the fuck is his, why does he have so much overhead? Because again, he said he has a show, a podcast, where he pays his guests $500 an episode.
Mm-hmm.
And he does that like 4 to 5 times a week.
I mean, it's just the thing about being entertainment, right? Is that like, it really just comes down to whether or not you can be entertaining. You ain't owed shit. You're going to have to earn it every single day, every single week, every single year. The more you want to keep this shit going, like you're going to have to put in the work to keep it going.
Yeah.
You're going to have to play to the crowd. You got to play to the audience. You got to figure out what works, and you got to not do what doesn't.
No, for sure.
And simply, sitting there begging for money, that's... I mean, has that ever worked for anybody, really?
It works for DSP, that's about it.
Yeah, does it though?
DSP lately has made thousands of dollars on his streams, actually. Granted, it's after his thing with Asmongold, but DSP's been making. He's been making. He just spent $15K on a radio. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So he's complaining that he's losing money and he has to lay off staff. And recently he decided to spend $15,000 on an RC car racing track.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. How much? Did you say 15?
15 grand.
On
an RC car racing track.
RC car.
It's basically Hot Wheels for adults.
Yeah. I don't know. I immediately think of that one. Who was that fucking CEO of that game company that was like buying like designer cars and shit while like laying off hundreds of employees? Who was that again?
I have no idea.
Was that somebody at Ubisoft?
That sounds
a Ubisoft thing.
Wait. You're talking about Bungie.
Was that Bungie?
Yeah, the guy has a bunch of designer cars and he laid off staff.
Yeah, motherfucker. I can't remember his name, but I remember that. Was that Kotick?
No. It was somebody else.
It was the Blizzard CEO? Actually that sounds right. Yeah, I think it was the Blizzard CEO.
I swear it was the CEO of Bungie that like he just decided. Yeah, I swear it was Bungie. I'd be wrong.
I don't know. There's so many shitbag CEOs in the games industry. It's really.
Oh, that was Niji Sanji. It was. Listen.
Yes.
There's a lot of companies.
Of shit, chat.
A lot of companies.
A lot of companies with a lot of idiot CEOs. We need like a fucking, I don't know, a catalog or some shit at this point to just keep track of these idiots. I don't know. Something like that. We're gonna figure it out, chat. Make a Google Doc here. Pete Parsons? Is that the one? It was Bungie? Okay, Marksman's saying it was Bungie, and Gemini's saying Pete Parsons is the name. So, yeah, I just defer to chat.
Yeah, Pete Parsons. Right. Pete Parsons is the name of the CEO.
Okay.
Before he left.
Yeah, fucking Pete Parsons syndrome. That's what we're gonna call this, especially if it's car related. Like, just in general, that's what we're gonna call this phenomenon. But especially if it's car related, though.
Yeah.
It seems to be a running theme for some reason. Yeah. So. Yeah, I guess you're right about DSP, though. Weirdly enough, I guess it does work for him. But again, like one case that we can think of where it's actually working out for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Against all odds, by the way.
Against all odds, yeah. Occo was right about... I knew I was right, chat. You wanna know how I'm right? Because I have a friend who loves Bungie. Temp recently told me that he likes Renegades so much that he might play it, and I told him you can't. So you gotta bully Temp into not playing Renegades.
Well, Chad, I knew for a fact that I wasn't right because my memory is shit. I remember nobody's names or nothing. So
that's okay.
I'm good there. I hope it's okay. We're gonna find out in the long run.
Indeed.
But anyway, you should play the video. So
yeah. Oh, we're not gonna finish it. I'll tell you that much. But that's okay.
I started pushing this a year ago or 2 years ago, but no, late is better than never. By the way, you can go to thequartering.com/join, talk to me directly in our private Discord group, get topics suggested.
I have heard rumors that his Discord group, he is never in there. Or if he is in there, it's just like, it's bad.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, like, I try to be in my Discord. Well, my chat can come and talk to me if they really want to.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good for you. Good job.
Anyway, don't you have temp? And yes, chat.
Participate in our giveaways and all sorts of stuff like that, and just generally hang out with hundreds of other people. You don't need to download anything if you don't want to, and all that kind of stuff. So, thequartering.com/join. So Neon, who runs Clownfish TV, but also runs a bunch of other stuff that we've been talking about, talks about
like what?
Ad spends lower this year in Q4 than previous years. We're seeing it across the board. YouTube, websites, all of it. Would explain why we're seeing so many garbage tier ads on so many platforms now. It's like advertisers are waiting for the other shoe to drop or something. This is, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed that there's a bunch of really like spammy ads running across.
Ads are always going to be a problem, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Ads are going to always be a problem.
Various platforms. And it's because all the big players just isn't, they're not there. The big players aren't there. So now you're getting like, dating site apps and gambling apps and, the lower tier ads that you wouldn't normally see, especially this time of year because it's Christmas time. Like, are you seeing Walmart Christmas ads on YouTube? I'm not. Are you seeing Target?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see ads at all because I'm premium.
Yeah, same.
So I can't answer this question. Chat, have you been seeing Walmart ads? Only ads I get are local. Oh, that's fair. I prefer local ads as preferred to Walmart ads, but I guess that's just me.
I saw a Walmart ad the other day when I was like sitting down with my mom, and she was watching like a Grey's Anatomy, just like a whole season of it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have the Hulu Plus Premium, whatever the fuck, so she has to watch the ads between episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she discovered Grey's Anatomy is also on Netflix with no ads, so she switched over to that. She switched over there.
For now,
you know what fucking got me? You know what actually just burned my ass a little bit? Was the fact that
I'll read it later.
When you watch,
I'll read it later.
When you watch an episode of Grey's Anatomy on Hulu and you don't have the ad thing, it does like on TV, right? Where it's like about 15 minutes a show ad, 15 minutes a show ad, 15 minutes a show ad, and that's fine, right? What fucking got me was that like you get the last 15 minutes of show, and there's an ad block, and then the credits for the episode. Like, why the fuck would you play that ad and then just do the credits and the last bit of the show all at once? I don't need the fucking ad between the last bit of the show and the credits. I'm not sticking around.
You're not going to stick around.
Credits.
You're not going to stick around.
No, I don't give a shit. Yeah, like I don't give a shit about the credits. Just fuck you. Like,
where are the ads, laughs, and Brave? I mean, I use Brave. Granted, unfortunately, it seems like Brave
I
kind
actually
of
switched over
kills.
to Brave too.
Brave is fantastic. Chat, you should use Brave browser. It is fantastic in my personal opinion.
Pretty solid.
I still use Chrome for private account. Well, not private accounts actually. No, I don't use. I use. Actually, what one do I use?
I love Brave because.
Oh, never mind. I do use Chrome. Never mind. Chrome is for other stuff.
Oh, for sure. But I use Brave and love Brave because it helps me out when I'm using my totally legit anime streaming websites to not get pop-ups.
That's fair. I use the YouTube app. A YouTube app is fine too. This site all over. That's perfect. The first time, only time I want.
It's for a 2 decades old show.
Wow.
You see, Gemini gets me. Gemini. Brave is better. Brave's pretty solid.
Yeah, but no, it's just like, I mean, like, here's another thing that like I know other people have brought up. Ads are down this year. But do you know why they might be down this year? What happened last year?
Particularly. Refresh my memory on that.
The election happened last year.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's possible that that isn't a factor, but like there was a lot of spending for the election because it was the election, and it once spending kind of like stopped because the election was over. Well, there's no need to spend as much money as previous year, so I don't know. That's my thought process. Okay, I need to.
Well, no, you could be right.
Edge is unironically miles better than
does.
Chrome. That is kind of funny that Edge is getting better than Chrome. Edging up there, chat, don't you know?
Yeah, well, whatever keeps the CPU usage down, so I can have the tabs up while I'm streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And Brave seems pretty solid for that. So.
Indeed, it is. More ads are likely coming around the midterms. Probably more money will be spent during the midterms because it's midterms.
Oy.
All right, let's continue.
Go for it.
What the fuck? What? Oh, that's why.
And like, are you seeing Walmart Christmas ads on YouTube? I'm not. Are you seeing Target Christmas ads on YouTube? I'm not. I'm seeing a bunch of AI slop ads, and that is not normal. And it is actually on the. Everybody's seeing it on the back end. Every creator is talking about it, and they're freaking out. You know, the golden.
Again, I have only seen a few creators talk about this. A lot of other creators are just business as normal. What is he talking about? I have seen a few people talk about it. Period. Other creators don't because they're doing fine because they are doing well. I don't understand how. I just don't get it. Who is talking about this besides him and Neon? The other creators are talking about how YouTube is killing channels because those channels are being killed by AI moderation. But like, I don't know. I just don't see it personally. I'm seeing a lot of AI slop ads. Oh, I believe that. I'm not going to say that AI slop doesn't exist. I'm just saying I don't think that like what he's saying is completely accurate. Not even funny. Oh, I believe it that the AI slop ads exist and that it's a problem. I just don't think that like I think there's a problem, but he is not attacking the problem in the right way. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Era of YouTube ads supporting channels started to end a couple years ago, but for whatever reason,
it's not true though. I mean, like, I don't make a majority of my money through YouTube ads. I'm willing to admit that, but I'm sure that if I pumped out more videos, good videos, like AdSense would support me. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say the exact number, but I know that like when I made the Cinder video, it did really well in all kinds of metrics.
It was a pretty hot button issue at the time, so.
It made a decent chunk of money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. Hey, think you'll end up doing something about the whole Zentreya thing that was been going on?
I have a video that'll be cut up for the Clips channel, but that's probably about it. Maybe I'll do a retrospective down the line. Not sure. I want to make my channel more drama focused and retrospective based stuff. You know, I feel like that fits.
I mean, that's pretty big drama, isn't it?
Thank you for the follow. Occo should start piling up ads. Buy the Occo brand Occo Hole. You can already buy something like that. I just don't. I'm not sponsored by it anymore, so I'm not going to link it. Excuse me.
Or at least like the biggest vtuber drama I can think of in recent memory.
That's very fair.
It's this Soul Zen thing.
Yeah,
It's
is.
like everybody's chiming in on this shit at this point.
Very accurate and very true.
Just completely fell off the map in the last several months. You know, learn about more we know. The trend will continue to move. Here it says, although total ad spend for 2025 is still growing, and we expect it to trend upwards over the next 2 months, those dollars are moving much more slowly. Open market CPMs and RPMs, which is like what they pay for ads, were much softer across the industry this October, especially compared to 2024.
By the way, this is his content. If you aren't familiar, his content is reading other people's content, and that's part of the problem. Is just he just reads what other people say and kind of just like that's what he does.
Well, I mean, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that as long as you're contributing something of value to the conversation surrounding the topic you're covering.
Problem is,
right?
he's
I mean, that's
not.
kind of what we do on the podcasts that we do. Like you and I both, right? And
Yeah.
when we do like podcast stuff, like when you do the thing with Temp, and when I do the thing with Emirata,
And that's
we're just
fine.
talking about stuff that's going on. We just have a conversation about it.
Yeah, and that's
But if all he's
completely fine.
If literally all he's doing is just kind of rereading it and maybe just like kind of regurgitating what's being said in like like essentially doing the old like high school essay trick, right? It's just like say it again but a little bit fancier and like mix the words around a bit. Like if that's what's going on here, then yeah, I can see the problem.
That's basically what he's doing. Yeah.
Okay, well, then yeah, that's no good. That's no good.
No, he reads a teleprompter like the last
Sorry.
president. Probably, you know, I agree, chat.
When ad spends were far more front-loaded due to the election activity that boosted early quarter rates.
Oh, they even mentioned the election.
TLDR, everyone's afraid to spend money, especially with all these massive layoffs. But also, I would add to this that there's a twofold issue here. If you look at Google, if you actually dig in, and we look at kind of their earnings, their last earnings report, they talked about, here's November 1st. While AI spending is top of mind, online ads are driving a lot of big tech's growth, but they talk about how the rate at which the spend is growing is much, much lower this year. And a big part of that is AI slop. This was on the 29th of October. Shorts now make more money for YouTube than long form videos.
I don't fully believe
I don't
that,
really watch
but-
shorts unless I'm on the toilet. And I don't know about you, but I've noticed that basically every short.
Huh?
Because I think it's about playing to your strengths, like because like some people will be better at producing short form content than long form. And
Oh,
vice
100%.
versa.
There's a lot of
Like,
short form creators. I agree with you.
Like I was gonna say it's gonna sound nerdy, but it's like we're all fucking nerds here, so whatever. I kind of liken it to the whole Uma Musume thing of some racers are really good at doing mile races, some are really good at doing medium, some are good at doing long, some are good at sprints, right? And it's kind of a similar concept here. Where it's like, yeah, like different content creators have different niches that they're just naturally better at filling than others.
No, I agree. I agree. Money for YouTube is the key. They basically stole the TikTok model. No, they did. I'm not going to disagree with that. I still don't believe that shorts are like the king for everything. I'm sure that for some people it is, but like I just don't see it. It just
Instagram Reels are better than YouTube Shorts. Probably.
Yeah, but I refuse to use Instagram. I'm going to be real with you, chat. Anyway. Anyway, I think that'll about do it for the night. If I wasn't working tomorrow, I'd go a little bit longer, chat, but I do have to work tomorrow, and I would like to get a decent amount of sleep. So, this is where I'm going to end it off here.
That's fair.
Before I do, let's make sure I didn't scam anyone. M Stealth for 5 says, Akko, oh look at the time. Temp needed controlled shock. Zap, temp, lewd dog noises. Akko, wait, what? Temp, I mean owie. Once he gets the thing, maybe. You never know, chat. Never know. Thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. Haven't talked to you in a hot minute.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been out of town, so.
Yeah.
But I'm back, and I'm down to hang out whenever, so just hit me up. Oh, we still need to talk about the OCP. Yeah, let's do that soon.
One day, yeah. Message me offline. Noir for 2, 50 shorts a day versus 1 video a week. I'd have run video a week, honestly. I'd rather subscribe to 10 to 20 good creators that produce 1 video a week than to 3 or 4 creators that do 50 shorts a day, honestly. You know? Let's see. All right, chat. Don't touch that dial. I'm sending you over to Temp because Temp is still streaming, it looks like.
Yeah, weren't they playing Helldivers or something?
I think so.
Fun stuff.
Although, if you are on Kick, I'm sending you to Leaflet because Temp is not live on over there. Anyway, thank you, chat, for coming over. Thank you so much. I will be back on Under the Tea tomorrow night, and we'll see you later. Oop, Leaflet thing, the Leaflet raid I already went through. All right, goodbye, chat. You have a good one. Bye.